what are we gonna do? How do I get this to you? Yeah. How do I truly get this to you? Where it can bypass whatever limitation you may have to be able to experience some version of this. I don't know. I mean, my intuition, which is really strong, tells me that this feeling is available to everybody. It's a little too much to think that it would just be for me. It doesn't make sense. The math doesn't work. It would have to be something available to everyone. And then I think about these masters like Michael Singer from the experiment, the Surrender Experiment, and Eckhart Tolle, and I'm sure they're feeling some kind of bliss. I'm feeling better than them, man, because I could see it. And it's not because I'm jumping up and down, actually. That's not it. It's just that's what I need to do, lecture or go out. I'm not doing that in my own fucking time. Last night was very interesting because I was in the space I was in when we arrived and in the car was so deep. So deep. It was like if you've ever been in meditation and you were deep in meditation, right? I had come out of meditation already. I'd been out of it for about 20 minutes before we walked out. But I was not out of it. Like I was in that space. And when we arrived to the club, I was still in that space. And the game developed from that space last night. And that's why it was so incredible last night. That was the best game I've ever done. And that's to say a lot, because you don't understand. You saw the outside. You don't understand what's happening inside the sets. If you could just zoom in on just one moment and see what it's like to be me and just truly have mastered this life. I've mastered life because I've mastered my life. You guys gotta understand, we're in a world where you can't say you heal anything. I can tell you I've healed me on physical levels, on mental levels, on emotional levels, and I'm continuing to. Now it's what's the range after you heal, how healthy can you really get? If you've been in bed your whole fucking life because you were sick and suddenly you have full health of a human being, now you could go fucking jump over shit, right? And everybody else is barely walking to the bathroom and aching. I gotta get this to you in the next 2-3 hours. This is it. This is your last salvation with me. I know this. I just know this. I know this as much as I know everything else, okay? This is the final call to INC Nation to make it. It really is. We're headed to Thailand. And still we stand strong. This is it. This is it. There's either going to be people who really get what's going on, or for the rest of their life, they're going to have to wonder what went on. Because I'm moving on, right? That's it. I can't do it anymore ethically in the way that I've been doing it. It's just not right anymore. Okay? Because I'm going to be okay and I am okay. And that's the end of it. Okay? So I have 2-3 hours and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm here to do this today. I'm here to deliver the message in a way I've never delivered it before. I thought I did it a couple of days ago and I did, but that was me a couple of days ago. That's like talking about centuries ago for me, bro. Last night is so far away that I literally have to travel in time a lot to find last night so we can talk about it. But so much has happened through last night. So much has happened this morning. Okay, so we were in field. This is going to develop by itself because I got 2-3 hours. I have a lot of things I want to go over with you. I want to show you things, maybe some references. You got to get it. You got to get what the fuck's happening here, man. Okay, like I don't get that you don't get it. But hey, let's give it one last push. Let's just turn up the engines on this fucker. Let me fucking press all the lights and say, all right, let the spaceship fucking appear over Earth for a second. Boom. Whoever can fucking see the Phoenix lights, take a look at it. Because you're going to be talking about it for a long time. This shit's going to fly right over your fucking house for a little bit. And you're going to get to see who the fuck I am and what the fuck I'm capable of and what INC Nation is. Then after that, it's going to go away and it'll be on the news for the rest of your life. Okay? Yes.
It reminds me of that Kanye West runaway thing, and the chick like turns into a phoenix and runs away. Yeah.
I've actually never seen the video. Is it a video?
It's like a 30-minute music video.
Oh wow.
That in the old, it's like a whole story. It's a movie basically that the album was the soundtrack for.
Yeah.
And we all heard some of the popular songs from it, like
yes,
whatever. But at the end, basically, really fine girl, and she, for whatever, I don't really get the story, like why she has to go, but she has to go, and she's like a phoenix, and she burns up, and he's like running him down, and can't catch her or whatever, and you're the chick.
That's it. We're going.
Story.
We're going. But this is the dragon that's now gonna go soar, and I'm looking for the gods. I really am. I had a really heartbreaking moment when I went up on the roof a couple of nights ago. It really changed my life. I was at maximum power. No, what does that mean? I was at my highest ability to transmit my information at that moment through my heart and my mind. And so I went up on the roof, and it was late enough where it would have had to happen. If anything was going to happen, it was going to happen that night for me. It was my test to the gods. Tonight, I'm going to give you a chance. And tonight, I'm prepared to see it all. And I hope I do, for fucking your fucking sakes. Because if I send out a distress fucking call and nobody fucking shows up, then I'm gonna move very differently through this universe, okay? And then when somebody does fucking show up, I'm gonna treat you the way I've always treated everybody. Too late. I can do that because God is in me as he is in you. So it's like, no, dude, enough is motherfucking enough. No more chains, no more slavery, none, not one particle in me exists. I don't have one thought. A thought is too big. I don't have one, whatever that is before a thought, that I accept of imperfection of myself and life. I just don't. And that, okay, go ahead and study Neville Goddard, study Master Key System, study visualization. What if your inner world was that? Okay, as within, so without. Let's see if my life unfolds that way. Absolutely, I'm in it. Can't you tell my state? You think it's a fucking act? Okay, well, let's see how long I can keep it up. Again, for how long I've been keeping it up. I need you to get it. Okay? I need you to get it. Stop just being inspired by movies like The Matrix and reading shit and wondering. Solomon is real. King Solomon is real. And he sits here. I am not him in the same way as Kang the Conqueror is not his old self. But I am him in the same way that Kang the Conqueror has been him. And he's here now. I'm more advanced than Solomon. Way more. 2,500 Earth years. It's not impressive that he had 300 women. That's not, bro. I could get 300 women under me faster than I can get 300 students to pay $50 to learn how to get one woman. You think I'm joking? I'm really not. My ability to take a woman, is at 100. I don't think I'm ever going to miss. The experiences I'm having are, it makes me look up and still thank God who's not here. Right? I'm looking for him. And I'm reminded that he's got to be in here. That as long as I'm looking there, it can't be the kingdom, it's got to be in here. Well, yes, I have found it in here. I'm here 100% to vouch, once again, like I did for Christianity. I'm here to vouch for myself and IMC Nation. The kingdom of heaven and IMC Nation has been found. It's here. This is the end of my fucking chosen camp of myself. You know, we were going through it. This is it. This is it. I passed the finals. It's over. Now we move on. Where I go next, I don't know. But I know my next task is to do what I'm doing right now. I got to get it to the people who, this is it. This is Jesus' last call to the disciples. You're either coming or you're not, okay? You're either coming or you're not. I'm not bound to go to Thailand, but I am going to go to Thailand if people don't see the value here. I'm going to go. No problem. No problem at all, okay? And then from Thailand, I might go to India, and then I might go wherever the fuck I want to go. I'm a vagabond. I'm a nomad. I'm a homeless spirit. I'm a monk. I'm a yogi. I'm not like you. I'm not like you. I didn't go to school. I didn't listen to my fucking parents like that. I didn't fucking get married. I didn't get a stupid fucking job. I made my own way since I was fucking 20 years old, right? I've been challenging authority for as long as I can fucking remember, challenging my own teachers every step of the way. I outshined my teachers every step of the way in life, in what mattered, Okay? This is real shit. And now it's time to pass it on. So we're going to go talk about infield last night. I want to talk about my set. I want to talk about your sets. I'm watching. If one of the things that you will get without a doubt is your ability to perceive will keep picking up. I can sit here and go through each girlfriend right now and my parents right now. I can probably do my grandpa who's dead. And I know how they feel very easily. That's not a difficulty. That's using your insight. You know how you use your eyes and you look over here? You just look in and you find it. But once you understand how time and space work, because you're experiencing it 24 hours a day, once you understand that it's all a lie, even sleeping is a lie. It's all a lie. Eating is a lie. They've been lying since day one. They've been lying since day one. There's not one particle of truth they've given you. Not even your name, nothing. Since the first moment of birth, it's been a slavery. Okay? And you have to literally disagree with every aspect of this game. Every aspect of it, you have to know is a lie. Your parents are a lie. Your relationships are a lie. Your profession, your body, your look. You got to just know that everything that you were given in this life is a lie. You start with that. Whatever you're trying to hold on to, just imagine a big shackle on your leg. That's what you're holding on to. Or your arm, or your neck, or your shoulder, or your nipple, or whatever the fuck. Something is clamped. And you're not able to go because it's chained to a wall. Okay? And it's like, dude, how long are you going to go worried about other people's judgments? That's not even, you can't even take off on the ship with that. You can't. You can't do that anymore. Right? And I can see it. So when you see it, you can describe it better. All right? So last night we went to a strip club in Vegas, and it's a really nice strip club, a lot of fine girls, one of the better ones. And so let's talk about game. Any aspect, anything you're inspired. We have a lot of time, and we have a lot to say. Let's do it. Let's keep the energy up.
There were a lot of fine women there. It was finer than most nights, which is pretty amazing considering the season and the day and everything. And you, man, just girl after girl.
I didn't even have my target. My main girl wasn't there, and I was like, what the fuck's going to happen?
You're just slaughtered the waitress, slaughtered the other waitress, slaughtered these two black chicks, slaughtered your ex-girlfriend that was there. You fucking, the bouncer has to come up because I'm noticing, right? And you're like kind of fingering, I'm
not fingering her. I'm touching the top. I'm going right here, bro. Right under her belly.
Man, I mean, it was pretty fucking low on the, you know?
Oh.
I don't know what anatomy you were feeling, but
he actually fingered the girl.
Yeah, but that
and he
girl
didn't get called out on it. He had his finger inside a fucking chick, and I'm up here being told, don't touch her.
I mean, she's like kind of open facing the stage versus his was like in a chair, like all closed off.
Yeah, she's like this, and I'm like this.
Man, she's like unapologetic, bro.
Nah.
And
but both of us unapologetic.
Yeah, that's the thing.
She's showing it.
You could really feel the bad bitch demeanor from her, that she was just like didn't give a fuck like about anybody.
She's the toughest chick I've ever dated.
She got no respect for anybody.
Nobody.
Yeah, I don't know what it was I was seeing, but it was just like almost like asking for somebody to come in and
she's a
and say
challenger
something.
like I am. It's like two adversaries sitting there talking shit to everybody, and it's like, who wants to challenge them? That guy? Okay, then try it. Oh, you feel awkward, don't you? The bouncer was like, he like was shaking to me when he was asking me. He was like nervous and, you know,
big guy.
Yeah, man. I actually felt bad for him. I thought about him out throughout the night.
Oh, dang.
Because I felt like he shrunk inside a lot when he came up. Like he thought about it later. Like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. Like that. Like he had a whole dialogue. Like, man, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And like the guys here, he was working it out because I could feel him every time I look at him. He was just dim. Right? Like he's like, sorry. You know what I mean? Whatever, bro. Whatever. Yeah, that's right. So then what? What else?
Man, it's just a whole orchestra. I mean, it was a 2.5 hour symphony of playing girls off of each other. I mean, you're over there getting a massage, and this black girl is just sitting there, just waiting, just sitting, and she's like girl number 3 or 4 in line. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm chopping it up with her, or whatever.
While I'm getting a massage, my girl comes and starts dancing on me. This has never happened before. So I'm sandwiched between a masseuse behind me and a lap dance in front of me.
Because they got.
And I'm like, where do I, like, you know, you're only so much sensation you could have here. Right? Oh, man. You're taking away from her, you're taking away from her, fuck it. Whatever shows up, I'll just feel that thing. Okay, now it's her vagina. Oh, now it's her shoulders. Ooh, that was good. Ooh, her ass is good. And I'm like, dang, it's like system overload. You know what I mean? It felt like a Chop Suey song, the fucking, you know, System of a Down. I felt like that. Wake up! It was just like, Omega, go on. That's what it felt like in there, man. That was a crazy moment because it was in the front. It was, again, she shouldn't be doing that. And she did it. I'm getting a massage. She comes and lap dances on me. Like, what are you doing? Okay, fuck it. If you can do it, we can do it. You're pushing me. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. And, you know, the other thing that's just on top of my mind is there was a lot of movement. You had a lot of, like, you weren't moving around the venue at all. And I really saw for myself that realization, just the potency in that. Like, how did I have this realization? It was like, you know, there's a bunch of girls. There's a lot of pretty girls, man. And I realized I was really selling myself short with that first girl. And I don't know if you meant me to get that message when you said, "Is that your target?" But when you said, "Is that your target?"
I just didn't know if it was. I was curious.
And I mean, we have like the highest rapport, like it's closest girl that I end up like meeting out of the club from that club, like right now. But it's like when as soon as you said that, and I just paused for a second, I'm reflecting, and I'm like, that is not doing well for pre-selection with the girls that I really want in this venue. Like, so I need to slow it. I need to seduce her, but slow it down and keno and everything. Like, not be so good. Like, probably should do that anyway, but. It just made me reflect on that, and then I started seeing the quality of the girls that were in that venue. When I went to the restroom, like these two girls, man, I did the classic, what material is this? Oh, it's boyfriend material, and I got them, because they were filling my like velvet shirt or whatever, and it was both of them, and one of these girls is definitely just a fucking shark, like a relentless shark, and the other one was just gorgeous, like a 10. I would say that bitch was a 10.
Damn.
Like, she was a fucking 10, bro.
There's nothing like that. God created the sun and the moon and all that, but when he created a woman like that, man, she beats it all.
I don't often say a girl's a 10. That girl was a 10, bro. And they're both like feeling on my shirt and whatever, and I set up the joke just right, and I nail it, and like, we really start, and then I gotta go to the bathroom because I was on my way, so eject. I don't see him again. I see one of them again, I think, walk by, and I mean, she's really, you know, tricking on this guy. And I just saw at some point in that, when I got back to my seat, and just the value of like, I know I can tiger frenzy and like go around and like talk to all these chicks or whatever, but it's like.
I love that tiger frenzy is a term that we understand. That's cool. Yeah.
You know, I just beast up and like, I just fearless. There's nothing they can do to me. Like, as long as I don't violate a bouncer like tries to throw me out or whatever, it's like, man, there's no fear. There's no need to have any fear walking up to any girl, talking, group of 3 girls, 4 girls, 5 girls, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, it's an exertion of energy that I think signals to the environment. It could probably be done in at moments it wouldn't do this, but the way that I do it, or the way that I would do it, it signals like, it's a low value thing. It's lower value than, relative, because value, like high value, low value is relative to who. Like, and so being able to sit and post up and be in my space and then snare the girl or get the girl, like her attention, and get her come over from posting up in my position and holding my space is way more survival value, than me going around and like doing a lap and like harvesting, fishing, grabbing. Like, I can do that, and I will, but I'm relying on it too much. It's available if
you need it.
I'm relying on it too much, and in that venue, especially like we're going there frequently, like I'm implanting my game not week after week into these girls' minds, and it's like, so being mindful of that. And I just had some sort of realization about that. But then while I'm there and you're doing your movement and you're dancing, and I remember at some point, I think one of the waitresses, I think it was the dark-haired waitress that was across the table. She wasn't interacting with you, but she was like watching you, and you're like dancing for her, and you do these like motions, whatever, with these angles, and like I'm moving or whatever, but it's like an extra level of effort to like get the arm out there. Like, the arm signal is like more free and will get more scrutiny or whatever from whoever's watching, whatever that means. And so, like, I'm just in my mind. It's kind of like, I think it was yesterday's class where you're like, you can imagine the movement, feel it, whatever. You know, they have this episode in Baki where one of the guys is just like decimated. He gets destroyed by this other guy, and he's in the hospital. Apparently he's 96 years old, but he looks like 40. And he's in the like all resuscitating, and they're watching his like muscle scan or whatever, and it seems like there's a wave of muscle contractions that's going down his body. It's just like, it starts here and it's on a rhythm. Like every few seconds there's like a wave of muscle contractions that go down his body for days, like nonstop. And I mean, the guy was in prison.
Healing himself or what?
Huh?
Is he healing himself?
Basically, I haven't gotten to the part where they tied off this loose end, but it's like a cliffhanger, because he had escaped from prison before. Basically, they're saying that the muscle contractions are mimicking the butterfly stroke to when you're swimming, and like he's in like Alcatraz or something. So it's basically he's preparing himself to escape by imagining the butterfly stroke and making his body strengthen from that. And
I understand that.
So I'm there sitting next to you, and I'm imagining and mimicking these motions. I'm not doing them. Even if I could, it would take effort, but it would be way too copycat, just like right next to you, like doing anything. So I'm just like imagining, like if I did that, and I'm like, there's some social pressure like on doing this motion or whatever. And you know, you're not doing that same dance for no dance is the same. Every minute it's like changing.
Yeah.
Whatever the movement is, you might sit down, stand up. But there was a lot of dance-like movement, rhythmic movement there, and I felt the attention, and I felt how it would make me smaller if I don't do something to handle the energy. Because you're like amplifying your toroidal energy field right next to me, and it's like I can't just be a rock or a lump on a log right here. Like I gotta harmonize with this energy field if I'm gonna be sitting next to this. And so I'm moving, and I'm doing what we said, the private moment yesterday, and I'm like amplifying God's eye on me, and I'm like drowning out, like, and I'm getting into it, and it was cool. So it leveled me up in my private moment to be next to you like that.
Hell yeah.
And so those are the big things.
Right on. Anybody else? Let's keep going.
Yeah, this first chick that came up, fucking, it was cool because I was practicing what I was doing in limo, which is like two things. One is like, what if I was like a global, worldwide famous, like everybody, how would I feel on the inside? The outside, whatever, like I'll sit, whatever, but just the feeling on the inside. And if I was making $100K a month, how would I feel on the inside? And then this bitch comes out of nowhere, and she comes out way too strong, man. Like she's fucking.
You know what? Something about that.
Yeah.
You had announced you were doing that.
Yeah,
right?
I did.
And you were keeping that.
Before we got in this club,
and that's the first time I've ever seen that happen to you. Mm-hmm. So I look for the change.
And you handled it well.
Yeah, like that has never happened to you.
Yeah.
Right? So if you change something on the inside and the outside visibly becomes dramatically different.
Yeah.
That was dramatic, bro. That was like, what the fuck?
It's pretty dramatic. I got bite marks off my fucking neck and
but
shit.
everybody saw it, but
Yeah.
if it was answered with, I was doing this, then it makes sense to me what happened. Otherwise, like, what happened? I don't know. No, you were clearly doing some internal alchemy, and there you go. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it was difficult at some points, but like in the beginning, I remember like I'm sitting down. Yeah, this bitch comes up. She comes up to Josue, and she's like playing with his hat. She's like touching his hat or something, and she like takes his hat off or something. I was like, hey, stop bullying him. That's fucked up.
Slap my head back, dude.
Yeah, and then she fucking comes up to me and she says, shut up or some shit like that to me. I was like, all right, this bitch. Like, and then she's like sitting on me, she's dancing. She's like basically just fucking throws her whole body on me. And she just goes crazy, bro. It's like a cat, like a fucking, like an untamed.
Sexy. She was just too much.
She does, but
Really? I didn't think she was sexy.
I thought the way she moved was really sexy. I like
Her face I like her face.
She was just her hair movement. She was in the flow, man. She had some fucking sexual fucking spirit take over her.
Yeah,
She was like,
bro, she was being hella sexual, like.
Yeah, something was up with that girl.
Yeah.
That was dope to see it.
It just came out of nowhere, bro. Because that was after, but when she's on me, like I'm in my head in the like the first few minutes, because AZD's like, I can tell he's watching me.
Yeah.
And I tell everyone's got their fucking everyone's got their fucking tentacles like fucking plugged in to see like if I'm uncomfortable or not. And it was like making me uncomfortable because I'm like, all these
I was
fuckers.
actually watching her, not you. Very little you. I was watching her.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my attention was on her. Very little on you.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay.
oh, the whole fucking group's like sitting here trying to figure out if I'm like, what I'm gonna do here, if I should touch her or not. I'm like, fuck that. I was like, I don't give a fuck it, whatever. It doesn't matter. So,
I was watching her. Yeah. What is she doing?
Yeah, so I just, it takes me about a minute or two to relax into it. And then at that point, it was just like, I'm gonna let this bitch do whatever she wants. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Unless she gets like too much. If she starts like fucking hurting me and shit, I'm gonna fucking tell her to leave.
Yeah.
And at some point, she starts like pulling my hair, bro. Like digging her fucking nails into my scalp and like yanking on my fucking head, on my skin.
Yeah.
I grabbed her wrist and I said, don't do that. But it was like stern. I was like, don't do that. And she stops and she tries again. I grab her wrist and I said, don't fucking do that. And then she goes back. She like stops everything she's doing. She's like looking at me. I think she's trying to tell if I'm being serious or not. Cause I've been like playful with her the whole time. But that shit fucking hurt. And then I said, don't fuck with my hair. And then she's like, okay. And then that's when she stopped fucking touching my head.
Yeah,
touching my head, and then she went back into like her fucking sexual, like Jezebel fucking spirit that took over her.
Yeah.
And man, that was a good man. That felt like that was the first time that I've experienced a bitch like that.
Yeah.
Just come on, like so strong, but like I can tell there's a high level of attraction there. Like
Yeah.
it's not to get money from me.
Yeah.
Because she never asked me for a dance. She never asked me to buy her a drink, not once.
Yeah.
She danced on me for free, and she's like, you know, I can tell the environment's watching, so that like it really freed up my movement in that position, like, because I've had that happen to me before, just not as extreme.
Yeah.
And it was uncomfortable because it's like,
Yeah, it is.
what are you supposed to do here? Like, do I touch the bitch? Do I not? You know? And she sits up on my lap, and she's like, something like, I'm the only person here with a pussy or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no shit. And then she, you know, she's like, she takes her underwear and she moves it to the side, and I see her pussy, and then I just lay back, and then she takes my hand and she puts it on her pussy, and I start fingering her a little bit.
Welcome to our life, by the way.
Yeah, she grabs my wrist, she goes like this. I'm not even looking at her, I'm like looking over here. I'm fingering her a little bit, and then she takes it away. She goes like this. Puts her like panties back, or fucking bikini or whatever the fuck she's wearing back on, and then she starts licking my neck, starts sticking her tongue in my
Hey, that's
ear.
when you go to Ambu and you go like this to him. Hi, Ambu.
That's what I wanted to do, bro. He wasn't there. I was literally fucking thinking about that. I was like, and then she starts. Well, then well, that's the thing is, then she fingers herself. And then she's like grabbing my face, she's going like this. And then she sticks her tongue inside my ear. She goes deep, bro. I'm like, probably get some fucking infection in my ear from this shit. But
She's cleaning it, bro.
but whatever. I mean, yeah. I mean, what's gonna happen? It's gonna go away.
Nothing.
I'm not gonna get AIDS in my fucking ears.
Nah.
Then she goes like really deep in my ear, bro. I can like hear her fucking tongue in my like touching my eardrum. So I just let her do that, and then she's like biting my neck. So it was. I'll tell you what I got from it. Really, is just being. It just made me more free.
Yep.
To be able to experience that.
Hell yeah.
And not get like tightened up in that experience. And then what happened, how it ended was I had to piss. So I told her, I said, I gotta piss, come to the bathroom with me. And then she's like, you want me to hold it? I said, yeah. So come hold it. So I get up, I walk, I grab her hand, but she kind of like is like limp with it. So I just drop her hand and I keep walking.
Good.
So I walk past and I forget, I just pretend she's not even there. I'm just like, this bitch is probably not even following me anymore. But I'm not gonna turn and like.
That's good.
Because I don't care. I actually have to piss. It's not like a move.
Even if you don't, forget about it.
Yeah.
Walk.
Right. So I go to the restroom, and then as I walk in, I see her reflection in the mirror. So she's waiting out there to go piss. I walk back out. Same motion. I don't hold her hand. I walk. Oh no! When I first got up, when I told her I said I'm gonna go piss, she gets up with me, and then the bouncer stops me. I was like, because I can tell he's about to stop me as I'm walking up. It's like a chubbier bouncer. And I was like, this is like, why? What's this guy gonna say to me? So I go up, and he's like, hey, it's over there. Like, he points in this other direction. I was like, what's over there? And he's like, the dances. I was like, I said, I'm not getting a dance.
I just got a dance.
I said, I just got like 8 dances,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm gonna go clean out my underwear from the jizz. I'm just gonna go clean the jizz off my underwear, bro. I'll be back.
Yeah, so he's like, I say, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. He's like, he's like, okay. So then I walk to the bathroom, and then I see him approach her. He says something to her.
Yeah, they don't want that happening.
Yeah, so then when I walk out the bathroom, her vibe's a little different, but she's following me. I can tell she's right behind me. And then when I go sit, she doesn't come all the way to the table. She posts up by this other little booth, like straight ahead, giving me FaceTime. I'm like, fuck it. So I just forget about her, and I turn my seat away from her.
Good.
And then that's when I see her walk right past me, just gives no attention. So yeah, they must have said something to her about that.
Sure they did. I'm surprised they didn't say it earlier, bro. They should have. They should have walked up.
They probably, yeah, that's true. I'm surprised why they didn't say it while she was dancing on me. So that was good. And then, really having her talk, she was talking a lot of shit. She was like, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. Stop fucking talking, shut up. I was just like, but it's being able to sit there. It reminds me of the time when this black girl got up and punched me. And spit, like, not spit, but like as she was talking, it was so aggressive that there's spit flying out of her mouth. But I was just sitting there, like, not like affected by it. And I remember getting up because I remember what it was. She like punched me because I wouldn't give her a tip. She went like this kind of. And then she's like, you're a fucking pussy. You're a bitch, like that. And then I remember I just got up and I forgot what I said to her. I was like, that's all you got? She's like, yeah, your mom. I said, what about her?
Speaking of moms.
Yeah, what about her? Yeah, exactly. And then I remember just walking away unscathed. Like not unscathed would be like not damaged by the interaction. And it was the same thing from that. It's like, because imagine you got a fine bitch sitting on you and she's shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Shut up, motherfucker. Like, you're gonna try to be alpha or dominant over her. Like, don't tell me that you shut up, bitch. Or you're gonna try to do that, and it's not gonna work. You're gonna look goofy. So it was just going through that and then coming out unaffected by it and still gaming afterwards was
Nice.
Was really fun. Enjoyed that a lot. Yeah.
What did I say to her when she said you guys are boring?
You said your mom's boring, bitch.
I don't think you said bitch.
I did say
you
bitch.
did.
You said bitch?
Clearly, I emphasized
You
it.
said your mom's boring,
I didn't
bitch.
hear bitch. I heard your mom.
I heard your mom.
Mom's boy. I heard bitch.
You said
Motherfucker,
bitch.
I said bitch, and I emphasized it.
You said bitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
She heard it too.
Yeah.
Your mom's boring, bitch. With that tone.
She was like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
And I said it twice. I said your mom's boring, bitch.
Yeah.
Twice. Isn't that crazy? No hesitation, bro. That was the best part of it. I think it was Naso, right? Naso, you got something to say on that?
Yeah, you think something like your mom's born, bitch, before she even finished her sentence.
Before she finished her sentence, bro.
I think she like got caught off guard.
Yeah.
You looked, and you went, your mom's boring. Like you just looked at her again and said, yeah, your mom's boring.
Bitch.
And then
I said
she
bitch
it
twice,
again,
bro.
like, you're boring, and then you just said it again, your mom's boring, bitch.
Yeah.
You just started laughing.
Yeah, I said bitch twice. Now listen. She came up and she was like, you're boring. She showed her, you're boring. And then she was looking at me. Bam! Your mom's boring, bitch. Before she finished
Who did
it.
she say was boring first?
She pointed at the three, like we were sitting here,
Oh,
we were
I
just
see.
chilling, she's dancing, right? She goes, you're boring, and she's saying, you're boring. I go, your mom's boring, bitch. Right? And she stopped. She said, what? I said, your mom's boring. I said, your mom's boring, bitch.
Yeah.
That's it. Boom, boom, boom. Go back. And then, but the best part is, it's not like I got a script.
Yeah.
I'm as surprised as everybody else. But it's like when I grab that dude's throat, it's just like unrighteous and I'm ready to strike. Like, I'm not thinking about it, bro. You know, like, what the fuck? You're gonna, like, and that doesn't matter. She could call me boring 1,000 times. It was just the way it came out and the way she got responded to. You get it? It's not like you say that when she says that. Normally I hear all kinds of dumb shit. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
because when she was telling me to shut up or whatever, like,
Yeah.
the voice kept telling me, oh, you should tell her something back. Or tell her
Nah,
something
don't listen
back.
to the voice. I didn't listen to the voice. There's no time to listen to the voice.
Exactly.
I shot her as she pulled her gun.
It was a natural.
Yeah.
Because you're not always going to do that. It's
Never
gonna
have.
always.
I
Yeah.
never have.
Yeah.
Bro, for me to call somebody I don't know a fucking bitch twice in the club, I'm asking for it. You know what I mean? Like, especially when a bitch is going so crazy like that. She's not being sane, you know? I could see her like, I didn't even know what was going to happen. I didn't care. It's like, whatever, bitch. For real, you're going to try to point at me? Let's see what happens by the end of the night, bitch. That's what I should have told her. Okay? I just arrived. This is going to be something very big tonight. Yeah. Okay, that was nice. Anything else?
I mean, your ability last night to capture the attention of the room so fast, just by like one or two, like fucking, because you said you're operating at a 3 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
On how quickly you could capture everyone's attention. And I remember like just, you got up and did like one or two like movements and you fucking like, everybody was like watching you. Like everybody in the environment was staring at you as soon as you did the fucking movement. Like that's a 3, like imagine a fucking 10. Like, so if you have a girl there,
One day.
like her attention, if you can't hold her attention, it's gonna go to AZD immediately. Like you're not gonna be able to capture her, and chances are your game is very, very weak, or you don't have game, so you're not gonna be able to hold her attention. It's gonna go straight to him because you don't have any skill to keep her attention. So, or even the energy to keep her attention, because it's gonna take energy and your vibe to stop her from going over there. She's gonna want to go over there.
You have to rewind, okay? Because I did move a lot more, but it wasn't for the girls, okay? It was actually an answer to that fucking bouncer that told me not to touch her. Before then, I didn't move
That's
her.
a big guy.
Yeah, but think back. I wasn't even dancing. I went on stage 3 times. I put $10 or so, right? There was no dance happening before then, just so you know. Then my girlfriend came, or ex-girlfriend came, and sat down. Nothing was happening. Then he told us that. Okay, got it. That's when I started to pick shit up. And I just started to fuck him up. And just fuck the whole club up, right? That's my answer. It's just like I'm responding to the environment. But when he said that about the other girls, I was aware Wolf's girl was here, his girl. There was a lot of girls around. And I wasn't shooting it at the fucking girls.
Yeah.
But I was showing the fucking club that this is what's going on. Like, yes, I just get it, bro. But that's what I'm trying to say in the class. What if you could do that? What if your answer was like, okay, then let me just show you how big I am. Watch. Are you watching, motherfucker? Chikoon, chikoon. Are you watching, motherfucker? He's from there. I'm watching the bouncer the whole night. Right? I'm smushing him. I'm smushing him left and right. You're going to be, next time, you're going to think 10 times before you come up to me and say that, motherfucker. I wasn't a little fucking trick trying to finger her, you stupid bitch. I'm going to get the whole fucking club sitting over here. At some point, I had the fucking black chick sitting behind me. My girlfriend coming up. I'm not even giving these hoes any attention, just so you know, last night.
I love that part, man.
You see that shit?
Yeah.
Nada, bro. Sat them bitches down, said hi to them, and just kept doing my thing, standing up. And they were frozen there. Frozen, right? Waiting for the third girl, my girlfriend to come up or whatever. I don't know what she is. Let me show you, okay, some of the results. The girl that I was with last night texted me. That's rare. I got a text this morning. Check this out.
Which girl that you're with?
Red.
Yeah.
My ex. I get this morning at 8:10 a.m., right? I'm in my process. She says, thank you, babe. Enjoyed myself. Then I see the bubbles going again. That surprised me in the first place. She doesn't even communicate. Then she says, stay handsome. Stay smelling good. When I read that, I was able to be her and do that. That's when you tell a girl on your side, you were so beautiful last night. Bro, I hit her heart on levels you can't even imagine. That's why I'm saying, if you could see the set. With all that, what's being said is so powerful. She says, thank you, babe. Enjoyed myself. Then she types, stay handsome, stay smelling good. Then she says, another text, I really do care for you. Then another text, a lot. It's 8:10 a.m. Here's me. No, I'm not going to read that to you yet. I say something. She says, very short, she says, listen, she goes back. She says, every time I do this is one sentence because she does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? First one says, I miss you and I want to be around. LOL. What does that mean? Mm-hmm. Then she says, I got to get over my ways. What's she talking about? Referring to her being jealous of me being another woman. Then she says, but if I do, I just feel like you can't be mad if I'm doing something on the side, like Renee used to do. She goes and dances for free. Listen, she's not fucking the guys because I'm at a level where I would get that truth from her because we're not together, just so you know. She's not whoring herself. But she is going at 2, 3 a.m. into a fucking hotel and dancing and getting paid. Right? I had a girlfriend like that before. So, whatever. Okay? Honestly, I'm not even that attracted to her anymore. But King Solomon, I don't know if he was attracted to 300 women, but they were his women. Mm-hmm. He's very strong in me today. She goes, let's start again. I miss you and I want to be around. LOL. Okay? So this is her wanting to say, I want to come back. Then she says, I got to get over my ways. She's talking about me being with other women. Look. How do you get girls to get over other women? Just like that. I just moved forward and kept doing what I do. She complained. We weren't together. That's why we're not together, according to her. No problem. I'm still going to do what I do. Oh, I want to be around. Then, but if I do, I just feel like you can't be mad if I'm doing something on the side. She goes, would you? That's the next text. Then she says, and why are you still up? And then I said what I said, and I said, I'm up at 7 doing my thing. She goes, okay, babe. 1. Then she goes, I will. She's agreeing to her, what I asked for her. Then she says, keep my body right. I don't know if she's talking about my body because I said I was exercising. Then she says, leaving work, 8:10 a.m., everybody. And she had gone there at 8 p.m. Right? She said she doesn't like that club because if she works, she has to get there at 8. She doesn't want to do the stage fee or whatever the fuck it is, right? Mm-hmm. So she went 12 hours. Leaving work. And the time on that is, by the way, 8:14 a.m. Okay? Then I say, okay, love, get some good rest and text me later. Heart hand. She says, okay, babe. And then she says, love. Just L-O-V-E, red heart. And I think that's I love you. So I just put a heart hand on it. Mm-hmm. Right? Then I sent her this. Okay? Parental advisory. It's me in my underwear. But that's what I can do, though. I'm 48. I sent her that. That's what I look like. And I don't go to the gym, motherfucker. And I eat whatever I want. She's got to get that. Yeah, that's part of the game. That's part of being a beast. for you to be 48 years old and then do that. But then if you want to claim you don't work out and I don't, you whatever I want I do, okay, then what's that? Okay, then wake up. Then there's laws that are senior to your bullshit. I don't even pay for the fucking gym. There's a fucking saving if you want to save some shit. I don't care about that, but I don't pay for the gym, right? I don't know when I eat, when I don't eat. It doesn't matter because the system knows. I just listen. It's a perfect system. God created it. The devil took over and convinced me of some dumb shit. I'm not convinced of anything. I'm not convinced that I'm not perfect. Somebody's going to have to work real hard to convince me that I wasn't made perfect because my creator made me perfect. How do I know? What are you talking about? I'm experiencing perfection every second. So that was the set with that girl. Then the waitress texted me, the blonde. And I want everyone to know, the first conversation was about maybe 40 seconds, less than a minute. And when she walked away, I said, that one's done. It's over. I got her. Right? And then we exchanged numbers. Did anybody see the number exchange or no?
Waitress, right?
Yeah, blonde. You saw it? What did you see?
I just saw her. She kept orbiting you, wanting your attention. She was coming up for just to say hi, just to talk.
Yeah.
And at some point, towards not the end of the night, but at some point, 30 minutes before the end of the night, I see her walk up to you, not for anything other than just to talk with you. And then I saw a moment where it was like her phone was yours.
Yeah.
That was very subtle. Very subtle.
Right? And then I texted her first. And I texted her with, I said spider, my name, and then a spider emoji and a heart hand. She texted when we were leaving, hi, with a heart hand. That's nice. I texted her, I haven't got an answer, and I texted her, I want to lick your whole entire face. And then kiss you like a super fat kid kissing his favorite thing, whatever that may be. I got no response, but I don't care. Okay? I'm going to get a response, and it's going to be fucking great. So that was the two, right? Then the two black girls, the one on my left, the one on my left at some point, she, through the conversation, it ends with this, me to her, okay? Then just come over tonight. Her, okay, when I'm off, I'll text you. Me, if you text, I may not hear it. Call if you want to come over. Her, okay, babe, let me see how I feel. And in the car, I was tempted to say, by the way, this bitch wants to come over. But I know that she may not. She didn't come over. I figured if she came over this morning, I'd say, by the way, the bitch is in the house right now. Right? But that was that. And then there was the fourth girl, and that was a great conversation, but it wasn't anything. With her, it was the same thing. It was, come over, right? And she was like, oh, okay, I can come over. I said, you can. And then I go, she's coming over. So I just put it to her. I said, she's coming over if you want to come over. And then she kind of paused. Right? And that was the end of that conversation. Because I didn't want her to fucking be surprised. I thought the other bitch might come over the way she was acting. Okay, all right. What else on last night? Let's go. Anything else? Yourself, me, anything?
I'll go next. I got a revelation.
You got a revelation,
sure.
like the word.
Yeah.
I'm about to call Mystery. I can feel it. I can feel him right now.
I definitely say a revelation because it wasn't pleasant.
It was unpleasant.
Yeah.
Right on a second. Let me call Mystery before this energy fades. Let me just see.
For this unpleasant.
Seriously.
No, he's just so heavy in my mind suddenly, so I'm just going to reach out and see what happens.
That's the ET signal.
Huh?
He's in San Diego.
I think he's in San Diego. I have double chin. I'll be like, look at how fat I got. Normally he's sleeping. Okay, yeah.
Last night, looking back at it, man. Fuck, bro.
Whoa, I didn't even get that vibe from you last night.
No,
that it was
man,
bad.
it was good. The first girl said it's just that there was a moment where I started getting smaller, like I got attacked, but I wasn't aware. I just felt weird. I just knew something was off.
Mm-hmm.
And
something came to my mind right now, but I'm gonna withhold it for a second, okay?
Yeah.
But let's see.
Yeah, and it was the second girl that came up to me. It was a very Latina, very pretty looking girl.
Yeah.
She's wearing all black. She got these little metallic shiny shards coming out of her fishnets above and top. And she sat down on me. But the moment her whole vibe, when she was speaking, I wasn't aware of it. But I'll talk about it later. That it felt talking to her was very. It was empty. It was empty, but I wasn't really paying attention. I wasn't paying. The vibe was off.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it came to me. It was revealed to me when she approached you, and you said you felt like you had to defend yourself a little bit.
Is that the one?
That's the one.
Okay. I did have to defend myself.
Yes.
She was pretty. She also sat with him for a minute over there. She was black hair. She had a white bow in her head. Red lips, really pretty.
Really, really pretty. And she came to me. She was complimenting me on the way I looked, and I accepted. I took it. And that's where I feel like that everything was going wrong right there. I was taking her fake compliments and shit.
Oh yeah. You fell for her trap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then she was sat on my lap, and at the moment as I was speaking to her, I felt she very I don't want to say effortlessly, but she was FaceTiming Captain Yogi, and Yogi started talking, and I could feel the energy lines just connecting us. Or go sit to him, and she resisted. When she resisted, it's like, no, I want to talk to you. It's still like felt that to like, man, like what are you talking about? Just go sit next to him. You're obviously talking to him. So and Yogi's like, yeah, I'll take her. So she got.
I kept her there. Actually, yeah. I was like, no, that's good.
Exactly.
And I backed off, and then I think she reinitiated, and she gave me what I perceived as a genuine compliment. And I was like, oh. And then I looked at you, and then I was like, do you want to come over here? And then Gio was like, yeah. And then so I took her by her hand.
Exactly. And so from that point, she jumped on Yogi. But since that moment, bro, I just felt so fucking off, bro.
Yeah.
Yes. And the revelation to me is like, I got to really pay more attention, not just to the words, but the vibe, and feel really.
It's all about the vibe, bro. Fuck the words.
Exactly. Okay, just the vibe, bro. Because in that moment, that really fucking. I was angry, bro. I was like pissed. Like I really felt like something that she attacked my inner world, bro.
Yeah, she did.
And the fact that I didn't do anything about it got me irritated.
What was the violation, though? What would you have done about what? Because it looks like she walked really smoothly. Yeah. What would you have called out on her? See, that's when the bitch is so sharp, because I don't see a hole in her approach. Like, what did she do that violated you? That you could say, like, visibly, and 4 people would be like, yeah, he's right. That was fucking stupid. You want a 5-hour energy, bro?
Yes.
Does anybody have an energy drink for him? I don't have any. I just know he needs some. Yeah? Part of it? Yeah. You can walk out and do what you gotta do. We're gonna be here for a little bit. Whoa! There you go, yeah. Eat some stuff. It'll get, I'm also the same way. That's why I'm nibbling on that little bitch right there. Yeah. So what did she do to violate that you could call out?
Honestly, it's hard to say to call out anything she did. More than just me, that I was falling for her prettiness. I was very exterior, and I wasn't seeing her as like another person. Like I think the fact that I was so into the charm that I became more external. That was the big part of the violation.
I see.
Yeah.
You fell for her looks.
Yes.
Definitely. That's right.
And that pisses me off, bro. Because that makes you feel shallow and shit.
That ain't beast. That's bitch.
Exactly.
Right? That's why it pisses you off. Because the beast in you suddenly goes to sleep.
Yes.
That's exactly what happens. You feed the other one, and that one comes up. Right? It's like the movie Split. Right? Somebody else takes a light. Hold on. I'm here. I want to be. Come here. Give me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And now she goes away. Somebody else. If you watch the movie Split, right?
Yes.
Somebody else has a light. Now you're gonna try to bring the beast back. It's either going to be something in the environment that's what happens to me. Suddenly a girlfriend treats me unrighteously, or a student, suddenly I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck have I been doing? I wake up and I realize, oh, the wrong person's been here. But I just don't lose it anymore in recent times.
Yes.
Because of that defense. Look, I defend, hey, your mom's a fucking boring bitch. Your mom's boring. Your mom's boring, bitch. That's one. Second one, I really like you, but I got to go where? I don't like you. I don't know why you say you like me. We don't even know each other. She looked at me.
Perfect. She's right there like, damn, bro, the way you handle that, dude.
Yeah, because it felt different than what she said. And I'm only answering the feeling.
Yes.
Right? And that bitch, when she goes, you're boring, 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 she was saying something else. Right? I would have shrugged it off normally, whatever. Smiled off, yeah, I'm bored. But it's like she's saying something else. So I'm responding to her energy. I'm responding to the bouncer's energy. You're scared. Okay. Like, I don't even do anything. It's just like, okay. I'm like, bro, I go like this. I showed him, I'm like, I'm here. And he's like, shakes his head. I said, okay, no problem. And I'm like looking at him, smiling, and he's like, I wanted to be like, boo! Just checking. You're on your toes, right? Okay. Yeah, so what would you have said or done differently? Let's go back in time because we can.
Yeah. What I said, what would I have done?
Yeah.
It's very interesting because if I take away, okay, stop, don't look at her looks so much, don't fall deep into her looks, I would have, man, it's hard to say because she was, damn, I keep going back to she was really pretty, so I wouldn't have pushed her away for sure. So
You wouldn't have pushed her away?
No.
So why'd you push her away? Because she was pretty?
No, because she started talking to Captain.
Right.
And at that point, it's like, all right.
So you wouldn't have let her go? Is that what you're saying? How would you have changed last night? That's all I want to know. Seeing what you see, yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do differently?
Damn, I don't know, man.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, would you? I was gonna ask.
Yeah, for sure.
Because she was so beautiful to you, like you're thinking she's like a 10.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think that brought your guard down? So maybe like something differently you could have done, just not even talk to that chick because she's so, oh my god, in your eyes. You know, like maybe that shouldn't even be a target. If somebody who's just like.
What do you think about that girl?
In our eyes.
No, I think she was a worthy opponent.
There you go. There's a right
Yeah.
answer. You go for the 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely looking for that. But
How differently would I handle it?
Yeah.
That's the question I'm pondering. It's like, oh man, it's just, I think honestly, if I'm looking at all her vibes, I would have introduced her to one of my other brothers.
There you go.
That's what I would
There
have
you
done
go.
for sure. Just because her vibe was just so off, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me choose you, everybody. That's so-and-so, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. And now you're dissipating her energy a little bit.
Yes.
That was a good move, actually.
Nice.
Right? She'll be like, oh, no, I want to talk to you. Yeah, but I want you to be my friends. And you can sit there anytime you like. But I want to talk to you. You have such a great outfit. Thank you. Tell me more about it. What do you like about it? You like the color? Yeah? Your outfit's not too bad. Why'd you put the bow in your hair? You always wear a bow? How long have you been working here? Yeah? How's your night going? Are you doing good? You are? That's great. Yeah, we're leaving soon. You want to dance? No. But my friends made, that's why I introduced you. Right? Because I'm waiting for somebody tonight.
Man, it's perfect.
Yeah.
That would throw a wrench in whatever agenda she
Exactly. She would just have to adjust.
Yeah.
She'd have to maneuver around it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I told her I don't like you. Why do you like me? I don't like you. Oh, well, I don't know you. You say you like me. I really like you, but I have to work, you know, I have to get dances. Oh, no, wait, let me get a dance. Get the fuck out of here. Do I look busy? I am busy. Okay. Nice. Anything else then?
Yeah, man.
Are you out of it or are you still in it?
No, that was
Coming
perfect.
out of it? Okay.
Yeah, for sure, man. I was
Okay.
like, fuck yeah, that's the move.
Yeah.
Especially with that kind of vibe, that's the perfect way to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I definitely got to see you so much with the waitress and the way how you had two girls right next to you.
So talk about what you see. That'll be a better thing. Yeah, I had three girls at some point.
There's this point that was really, really dope seeing Spider that he has two strippers side by side. These two fine black women, and one of them is I believe is your ex.
Light-skinned black woman.
Light Wilson, caramel skin.
Lighter than Zay. Okay, yeah. About 4 shades lighter.
And I see you're not moving usually as the other clubs. You're dancing a lot more. You're actually more not stoic in a way, but you're definitely more and you're not present, but you're like you're in your space. You're just owning your space.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it's this really cool moment where you get up and you start talking to the waitress or dancers coming up, and these two strippers, I see them sitting side by side on the couch, and they're like looking at it and they're like waiting for you. They're waiting for you to come back.
I was aware of it. Yeah. I even looked back on him for a second because it looked so cool.
Yeah, no,
I didn't want to show people. I wanted to be like, do you guys see that? Maybe I showed somebody.
For me, that was like the vibe without the words, the vibe of negging. That was like the perfect neg right there, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
That was so cool because it was your you're in your own space, bro, and these women are just waiting on you, bro. And the fact that you were not giving them the attention that they wanted,
yeah,
like you kept them wanting.
Yeah,
that part was bro.
Yeah,
I like that part, man. And then the part, of course, with the other girl that we just talked about, and the way how you handled her vibe.
Yeah,
and you felt it like right away, bro, effortlessly. It's like, man, that's that perfect defense, bro.
Yeah, bro. It came out. She threw a punch, and I just moved. You know what I mean? I punched back. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I got for now.
Nice. That's good. That's real nice. Anybody else want to go over last night? Wolf, come on. You had a big old set. You don't want to say nothing?
I did, but I'm thinking more about your game.
Okay.
But I do have a moment.
Yeah.
So So, I mean, I was really wrapped in my set the whole time, so I wasn't seeing all of what was going on with you. But it was...
I like this part.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. Dude.
What's going on? Wolf, okay? Is he trying to be me? You know what I thought? I hope I don't look like that when I do that. I know I do that, but fuck, if I look like that, I gotta stop doing that shit. I made him so no. The next time, try to look from the outside more because what's going on? Yeah, look like, yeah.
So during that, I was like, how far can I go with this? Like, wait, can I like lay down right now? Like, would that work? I was like, okay, I think this is like as far as I should go to like not violate.
This was Wolf at some point. Eyes closed, snuggling. Yeah, she's like this. It's great. But no, I do that too, so I don't know if I look like that. If I do, I have to stop. I don't want to look like that. Okay, what else?
Yeah, what I really liked was it was all in your movement. Like it was just so cool to see because like I like music, I like dancing and stuff, but it's like the way you do it is so unique and it's just
who doesn't like music and dancing as a human being? Have you ever seen babies?
Seriously. Yeah.
Right? That's why I know the power of it. The baby hears the music and gets moved by right? I think about that, guys. And we can't do it as adults. I'm doing that.
There was a moment. Sorry, I forgot. One of the dancers got up, and then you look. Or I think it's the wait. No, it was a dancer, and you start dancing in front of her. You're like doing these weird ass shit.
I went kind of hard sometimes.
Yeah,
everyone's on go hard.
Yeah, you went hard on her. She was just. Oh, it was the server. Server.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it was the blonde.
No,
so,
the other one.
Oh. There was a moment where it was like some Latin music and you were like doing your thing and then you're like, look over there. And then there was the 3 women who were like responding to you. And I was like, wait, what the, like, is that happening? Like, am I seeing it? And I was like,
those bitches right there, yeah.
It was so, it just, like, what is that? Like, what, can you say anything about what the,
well,
what
you see, like,
on?
I mean, to me, it's attractive what I'm doing. I know it's attractive and I know the value of it. And so when I start doing it, I see it, boom, 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 boom. And you see the interest, you can feel it in the way they look, and if they say something to each other, if they play with their hair. One of the main things that happens is, that's how I know who I have, is let's say she's kind of dancing or not even dancing. And I get up and I move, and then she looks, her body moves. If her body begins to move to the song, she's mine. I moved her, right? Maybe she's just doing this, blah, 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 and then she looks, and then she looks at me, and then she goes, right after she goes, got her. The moment she looked, it doesn't matter, she looked away. That was me. I transferred right into her, right? So I saw that with the one, there was 3 of them, I saw one of them. She looked at me, and she looked a little bit, she said something to her friend, and she came back, and she was like, and I was like, that's the one. And then her friend started to look, okay, so that table is taken. And I'll start with her. When I say I start with her, it doesn't mean I'm gonna approach her. It means that that's gonna be the target, and I'll probably take her friend first or something, right? Like there's ways to do this. Just because she's giving me that IOI doesn't mean I'm gonna go for her. It means that, okay, she wants me, those are her friends, now how bad do I want her? And if I want her really bad, then it's not gonna be her that I'm gonna get. I'm gonna amplify her friends a little bit. You know what I mean? I may even, let's say I play it forward, let's say I really wanted her, I get her attention, and she's vibing with me, and I say, tap your friend. Now what the fuck just happened, right? And she would feel first this, oh yeah, tap your friend, huh? Tap your friend. He's talking to you, right? Her now.
Yeah.
And if her friend responds positively, which she would, this is battle, right? And she's gonna feel that. So that's how you create these little vacuums that they fall into. Little vacuum, boom, little vacuum, boom, little vacuum, boom, right? And these vacuums get created by, boom, like compliment, pull away, go somewhere else, right? Tip, move away. What the fuck? But keep the energy alive. Okay, so that's something we can talk about. You're supposed to be relaxed and present, but ready. Not so relaxed and present that you can't move. You get the difference? You're supposed to, when she's dancing on you, you're supposed to be unreactive, right? But not dead. You can't affect me. You can affect me because I'm available to be affected, right? But the effects are going to be not what you think. I'm going to be affected for sure. And if you do something good, it's going to be really good. If you do something bad, we're going to see where you go with it, right? I may not react, and that's a reaction in itself, okay? But I'm present. I haven't numbed myself. I'm not the guy getting tortured and going somewhere else. I'm going, fuck. And then they're chopping my nuts again. They're cutting my finger. Crying. I just know that I'm going to get out of this chair at some point, right? Like, you could cut off all the fingers, all the legs, all that, and I'm going to go through the pain. I'm not immune to the pain. You slap me, I'm going to feel slapped, right? I don't not react. If you choke me, I react. I'm available, right? But I'm going to have my turn coming up right afterwards, okay? So you decide where we're going with this thing. And so I love that. I love that about my character, you could say. Like, there's different ways to play the character in Avengers or whatever, right? That's how my character is, right? He will experience everything out loud. He'll say to the girl, I love you and you broke my heart. She broke my heart, Joy. How many times? 9 times you broken my heart. It's like, well, you're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to say that. I can say that. You broke my heart. Why? Because that's similar to the Joker, you could say. That's where the Joker and I are similar, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Or the Crow. I'm already dead. You've never dealt with an opponent like me. I let you kill me and I'm still breathing, right? It's like the moment in the Crow, in the trailer. Can you put the trailer for the Crow? Here. Here's my game. And then I got to show you a trailer that's going to just raise the shit out of your Shakti. If you put these 2 trailers, man, there's 3 trailers. If you put them together, I have it all right now. But it makes sense. Authoress, Olin, and Zapar. It literally is that. It's the Dracula, Untold. It's Craven, the hunter, which is the lion. And it's the crow, which is the spider. I just saw that right now. So let's go through that. Hold on. Pause. Let me show you the 3 abilities I have in these trailers. Pause. Okay. Let me just see what order I like to go in. Okay. It starts with Dracula. No. Boom, boom, boom. It starts with Craven. Craven trailer. Yeah. It starts with me creating the beast, the lion. I've had that my whole life. Yeah, go to Craven, the trailer. There's 2 now. There's a brand new one I saw yesterday.
It came out, I think.
Really?
The movie's out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been wanting to watch it.
Okay, you see that? Hold on. How about the second one right there? No, that one's shorter. It's a longer one. Let's not ruin it. No, I don't want to see the rhino. I don't want to see the rhino. He's one of my favorite. I was the rhino at fucking 7 years old. That rhino, nice. When I saw him on the comic book, I became him. I would start running my head into the wall in Kuwait. Go up, bro. Let's try the second trailer real quick. I just want to, I'll know when it starts, when the audio starts.
My son.
Okay, pause. This is the one. So, add the feelings that you're getting and the mindset of each character. And I give you my life, I give you my word. I experience this, and these are great. All 3 trailers really convey the feeling. Now put them all together at the end. So with the way it would look at the end, it would look like one of these guys, let's say, would take any of them, right? Craven, it would look like a Craven, and then he would have a cape as Dracula, and then he would have his mouth stitched like me with his eyes like the Joker. If you had those 3, my superhero arrives and does the lecture that you did and is doing this and is telling everybody, I'm complete, it's time to face the gods. My character is complete. It's going to keep growing, but I know my stinger, I know my scorpion tail, I know my wings, and I know my fucking fire from my mouth or whatever, right? I narrowed it down to my abilities. So it's easy and set to do what I do. It's so easy. It's just an expression of myself. So here's the first one. Every second of it is valid. This is the Olin. This is the lion in me.
My son.
The beast.
The hunters. They created greatest the world has ever known.
Can you do captions or what? It's a different one. It's better. Start again. Start again.
My son, we are hunters. The greatest the world has ever known.
That's Olin and I.
Правда.
Who's next?
I heard the noise of thunder.
Are you like your father? A gangster?
No,
Killer?
I'm not like my brother. I'm different. I'm a beast. He's a gangster. I'm a beast.
My son. And he decides who to free and who to blame. Yes, and monster that you can imagine. The hairs on your arm will stand up.
Tell me about this hunter.
Some were born in the summertime.
Once you're on this list, there's only one way off.
When the man comes around. When the man comes around.
You're just another man.
Whoever is righteous.
That's what they're trying to validate you.
Let him be righteous too.
Just like our father.
When the man comes around. When the man comes around.
Embrace who you really are, son.
Oh, the rhino's so sick, bro. When I see the rhino, I'm gonna have to take him on again.
And you will become the legend.
When the man comes around.
Okay, go to Dracula Untold. From there, we go to Zapar.
Have you seen this yet?
I
want to watch it, right?
I do want to watch it.
They said you might ruin.
I thought that until the second commercial.
This hour already, I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch The Crow first. I started it. It's terrible. So far, The Crow sucks.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I saw it.
You saw it? Yeah. So this one has 2 good commercials. I'm gonna try it, but I'll stop it if I have to. I don't want to ruin it myself. Okay, let's try that one. Listen to the words and the vibe. This is how I met Zapar, and it's real now. But the difference is, I drank the fucking blood. I didn't try not to drink the blood. I drank the blood. I wanted to become the demon. I wanted to free him. I wanted to fucking fight him. I wanted to go see what's available. I'm not done with that. Go ahead.
My father was a great man. A hero, so they say. Sometimes the world doesn't need another hero. Sometimes what it needs is a monster. Prince?
I missed you.
Something traps you.
Sultan is preparing for battle. It requires 1,000 boys for his army, including your son.
Run to your mother.
You can't protect us. I'll find a way.
I've been waiting an eternity for a man of your strength to arrive.
Welcome to your life.
What is it you are seeking?
I want the power to destroy my enemies and save my family.
There's no saving
Drink Dracula.
And I know Dracula.
Welcome to your life.
Me and Electra. We've had nights like that.
You think you're alive because you can fight? You're alive because of what I did to save you!
And then we go to the crow.
Who I am.
One of my favorite movies.
Hell yeah. And then the crow. And then this is the spider, the authoress, the power of that dark side. The spider represents throughout all history a messenger of the dark side, just so you guys know. As a creature, in the symbology of esoteric symbology, which I will teach in the class coming up, because I use symbols as an alchemist. And so you have to know what these animals are. Every animal, the phoenix, everything. I'm going to tell you what I know. So the spider is a messenger of dark side. When you find, anywhere you find the spider, it will be that. And so is the scorpion. Go ahead. And I have both.
What's the first thing you liked about me?
I think you're quite brilliant and broken.
You trapped my person.
You feel like my buzz.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
I saw things. I shouldn't have seen any of them.
That's when I had the poison of the spider in me. That's what it felt like during those days.
A crow carries that soul to the land of the dead.
I was in and out of consciousness for 2 days, bro.
And sometimes something so bad happens that the soul cannot rest.
And I was reborn.
Until you put the wrong things right.
And now that's how I feel.
Power of that God. But you're running out of time to save her.
That's how I feel, too.
I'm gonna kill them. Every single one.
And that's how I feel, too.
I killed you. Yeah, you did.
And that.
We have a problem. He came from us.
First impulse. Anger.
This right here. It's not anger.
It's not anger. It's love.
That's what it is. That's the power I got.
I want you to come. You know that love promises only pain. You've no idea what hell awaits you. No, I do.
How many people have you known?
Ask me that question. Boom. There it is. So far, I'm about 35 minutes in it, and I can't stand there so far. So weak. Guy's a weak actor. Right? I don't buy it. I don't buy he's strong. Okay, let's back to the lights. Let's keep talking. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I got more references, but that's fully actualized, man. I could show you Sasori, I could show you Itachi, I could show you Gara. They'll all be true too. You have to find your code, and the code is in cartoons because cartoon is art. And it's in art. Art is somebody going into the unknown and tapping the unknown and coming back with something that makes sense and moves you. Think about that. Don't just call it an art. Call it what it is. The being who's capable of going into the unknown and accessing something, coming back and making something real that people accept, appreciate, and want. Damn! Sounds like God somewhere in there, right? And we have the power of the word, and that's what you're going to see. There's different powers. We have the power of the word. Okay? The puppet master. I got to show you the story behind the puppet master. All right. Anything else about last night? There's people there. Let's hear what you had to say.
Could I say a little bit about this though?
Yeah, about anything, yeah.
So, like recently in my process, like I've just been, I've gone through so many of these characters, but they've always come like one at a time.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like they're a bunch.
There you go.
They're interacting.
There you go.
And it's just like, I'm assuming this is just kind of the next level of what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's just because it hasn't happened before. It was literally like the last 3 days or something. So it's like, can you say anything to that or?
I can say I've experienced that for sure. Okay. There's so many, and we have this, somewhere I think we do. Anybody have any of those Tesla videos? People who haven't seen them? When I was getting to the Tesla. Let's see if I could find it.
Yeah, it's lost in reviews.
It's what?
It's called Nikolai Tesla Lost in Reviews.
No. My video of going in the Tesla.
Oh. I do.
Remember
actually.
after 2-3 days I was recording when getting in the car?
Yeah. You said you don't have it?
I have to search on my phone. I don't know. I just searched under Tesla. Nothing showed up. So I would have to kind of like just eye it. It's my only proof I have besides my own experience where digitally you could see some shit. Electra may have it. Let me ask her. Do you have any of those videos of me getting into your car with the Tesla? Can't be that hard to locate it. That she doesn't think she has it.
I got it right here.
Okay. Here you go. Here's the only proof I have of it outside of that.
You want me to send it to you?
Just yeah, send it to me and then show everybody.
All right.
I gotta pee hella bad too. Okay, so there's some proof of something. Something's happening there. Because they do it in the graveyard with the Tesla car. They take the car to the graveyard and then there's just all these spirits walking around.
That's crazy.
You've seen these videos, bro?
I haven't.
You haven't seen these? Oh, well then it's for you a lot. Look, this is me getting in Tesla. Electra started noticing. Look. Shows a bunch of people. Here's another day. And it doesn't happen to anybody else getting in her car. Look. That's her car.
Wow.
There's me.
That's right here in the front of the house. The other one.
Like, what is that? Yeah. Why does it register all these people around me? Look.
Angels?
That's what we're talking about. Look. But there's that. And if it was happening with everybody, but it wasn't. She got out of the car, then I had Hannah do it, then I had Aunt do it. No, it was. But then when I would get up, boom. And she's the one that noticed it. She hadn't even. She said it always happens, and then she just told me that day, and I said, "Well, then record it." Right? So I experienced that, and there's that. And if you watch YouTube, they take the Tesla to the graveyard, and they see beings walking. So it's registering somebody. Because it doesn't register if you keep driving. It's registering something around. It's my experience, okay? All right, anybody else?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about myself.
Can you talk to everybody? Can you give us?
Yes. Hopefully that's good. So last night I had a set who basically came and then stayed with me the rest of the night. And it's so cool because when AZD, says how things are effortless. Like he's not trying. Like it's just like I was experiencing that to whatever extent that I can experience that. Like she came in, her opener to me was she saw my tattoo from however the fuck far away she was. She's like, I really like your tattoo, you know. And I was like, oh yeah, what do you like about it? She was like, you know, it really aligns with like how I see the world or my beliefs. So she said something along those lines. And so in my head, my thought was, please be a good character so I can be yours. Like that is what I heard from her. It was like, just like, please, I would really like to be yours. Like if you could give me that experience.
You smelled it.
Yeah.
Wolf sense.
Yeah, it was just like, cause if her beliefs line up with this, motherfucker, I got this shit for a reason because it's me. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, well, this is mine, so let me enjoy my fruits. And really, what's so cool is like like the whole like first 15 minutes of it was really just going through like chosen tech. It was just like talking about like Jesus and how you know she said something about
how'd that come up? Because she saw your yin yang tattoo, right?
Yeah, and so we just went. It went right into that. Well, it was like, oh, like, you know, I want to get a tattoo right here, blah blah blah. Then she starts talking about her different tattoos and what they mean to her, and then she starts talking about like the chakras, and then she talks about how she's done shadow work. And so,
did you know this girl? Or was that the first time?
First time.
Wow, that was really good. Then.
Yeah.
How do you know her?
No, first time. So she said like she's done shadow work or something.
Oh yeah.
And so my first thought is like, okay, yeah, sure, girl. Like internally, I didn't say that, but internally, I'm like, what the? Okay, girl, yeah, you've done shadow work. And then I was like, okay, so what does that mean? Like, what did you do?
Yeah.
And then she says, well, you know, it's kind of like looking at your childhood and like your parents and how that shaped you and why is it that things are triggering you. And I was like, oh, like she's kind of going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And then she says like, yeah, you know, when I was 19 or 20, I realized that my...
Can I be on too?
Yeah, we gotta position you right.
She said like, you know, I realized my mother was, you know, she was restricting me a lot. And I realized I had to forgive her for what she did. And I was like, whoa, like she's actually... Yeah. On this. And I was like, do you know how hard it is for people to do that? Like people they go their entire lives not understanding this.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I was like, have you forgiven your father? Like, have you forgiven your mother? Like, and we got right into that. Like the first 15 minutes was all that.
There you go.
And so I was thinking, you know, in my head, I'm thinking, this could be a very like beta conversation.
Yeah.
If I allow it to be.
Yeah.
You know.
You're right.
And like, you know, we could go with her past trauma and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And so I'm aware of this, but I'm also on the other side aware this is a human being speaking her soul right now.
There you go.
So I just need to listen.
Yep.
I actually like it. Shut the fuck up. Whatever's in my head. This is a human being speaking. Like, what does she have to say? And then I came from that frame, and it was so natural.
Sultan came from that frame too. He came differently. He came from a different frame.
A couple different frames.
He came from
the left, he came from the right. Yeah. So, yeah, and it was immediate comfort. Like my keynote was like, it was just so natural. It felt so easy. So like I was saying earlier, like, you know, you say like it feels effortless. Like I feel that to some extent.
You're doing it. You guys are in the process. I'm just further along. I see it. I see the process in everybody, of course. You guys, compared to the club or anybody else that goes out, you just murder everybody.
Yeah. And so like after that, you know, it was very quickly noticeable to me that she was mine. And she's just going to be here.
That's right.
And so when you said a couple of days ago how like you gave girls like money as soon as like they come.
Yeah.
And usually I have a resistance to that because I don't want to do that if I don't fucking know her, I don't like her.
Yeah.
But when you saying that allowed me to be much more free in giving.
Yeah, right.
And so I, maybe 7 minutes in, I like gave her like $40.
There you go.
And she
that'll lock her in.
Like lit up.
Yep.
She was like so happy. She's like, I haven't even done anything.
Exactly.
Like hey, it's for you.
Exactly. That's how you do it. If you like the girl, tip her soon. Don't wait. Don't try to milk her. Let her milk you. Let her milk you because you're abundant. You just gotta think abundance, like in every aspect, guys. You can't miss one part of that. You can't, there's no scarcity, because if scarcity is true, it could be true everywhere. If it's not true, it's not true anywhere. And it's not true to a man of God, a son of God, or God. Okay, that's the Trinity anyways. Take any of it and it would still be the same, right? I'm my father's son, I'm also part of him, and I'm also not him, but I am him. Like that you just can't even escape in the physical world, right? So that's just exactly what it is. And your spiritual father, whoever created the spirit, I don't know who he is or what it is. Even if a chunk of him flicked off, maybe, I don't know. It's still that, right? In your life, you're supposed to express divinity. That's a weird word. In your life, and I don't like it actually. In your life, not for this sentence, in your life, you're supposed to express godliness. Okay? Total unlimitedness. And where you limit yourself, just catch the devil.
I like that word.
Yeah, it's way better than divinity.
Yeah.
Divinity is like divides it.
It feels feminine.
Yeah, it's feminine. Yeah. The woman is divine feminine. Not divine masculine.
It's unlimited.
Yeah, you're unlimited. You're a forward motion. If you're jumping through the guns, you're doing it like Craven. Boom, 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 boom. Hunter is a myth. There's truth to every myth. And he finishes the guy. He just finished. That's what I like about him. Right? You're going to get finished now. Right? You had a fucking chance before you did all that. Now, I don't play that game. Let me show you this. We had a dog walker that was supposed to come walk our dogs. It's a girl. And, you know, it's exciting for us. It's a fucking girl. Not gonna blah, blah, blah. So, yesterday, Hannah says like, oh, she's going to be 30 minutes late. Then she reads the text. Oh, her car's going to be 40 minutes late. Then she says, can we do it tomorrow? Because I have to pick up my boyfriend, or he could just stay in the car. I say, fire her. Tell her this. My boyfriend says, you're fired or whatever. Let me see if she sends me the text. Okay? Because I want to read to you. This is how you're supposed to handle. This is how you're supposed to handle weakness around you. And without apology, without mercy. Okay? Without apology, without mercy. Here you go. Hannah says, sir, my BF said, we're going to find someone else because you rescheduled twice and you're asking if your BF can be in the car. And that's absolutely no. So we'll find someone else.
Oh, yeah.
Right? The bitch says, okay, sounds good and thank you. Then the bitch sends cute little pictures of her and dogs. Right? Like sad little pictures. Bunch of fucking pictures of that. And Hannah sends that on the group thread. Right? And Hannah says, oh no, 3 crying faces. Electra says, that's a sweet response. White heart. Hannah says, Arash, like give her a chance. I say, we weren't looking for sugar. Now that they said she was sweet. We were looking for a dog walker with no manner on. Move the fuck on. Right? And they all laughed at it and moved on. And I told them, I said, this bitch already fucked up before she got hired twice. You're going to have a headache in the future. She doesn't even have the job yet.
No respect on that.
No, that's it. And that's how you're supposed to treat your employees. That's how you're supposed to treat your students. Everybody. If you want to understand the beast, and I'm here to teach the beast. That's what has become. Look, my camp is over. And I mean that. Like, it's a thing. If you know me, you know what I'm saying is real. There's going to be another camp again in the future that'll be so heavy that we'll be into. But right now, when the camps are over, I go and I do this, whatever the fuck it is that I do now, right? And this is, yeah, exactly. And this is the beast. This thing that I've been talking about my whole life. I fully understand what it is and why it is that and why it wins in the set and what its powers are and how it relates to the gods and time travel and how it relates to the mythology of the world and how it relates to you and to me and the fact and everything makes sense. Okay? Everything makes sense. So I'm here to teach you this process called the beast. Like really, I have so much more to show for it, right? I'm not turning up the volume. It looks like I've turned up the volume. I haven't. I've just turned up the volume on the beast a little bit. Like I said, 3 to 10, right? There's a soul, and each one point is so many levels. If I'm sitting there here, I'm still the beast. Shit is happening. I'm aware of it. The environment is responding, right? That can go just to this. That can go to this, glasses off. That can go to this, last night, bald head. That's stronger for me. The more tattoos I show, the stronger I can get. Mm-hmm. That can go to movement. I mean, but each one is like an increment. It's not even a one level. Dancing is a level. There's so many.
Man, there's so many increments. I mean, it's a gradient, right?
It
it's
is.
A smooth thing. And it's not just like there's verbal, there's non-verbal communication, there's body language. It's not just 3, dude.
No.
There's infinite.
Yeah.
How many numbers are between the numbers 0 and 1?
Exactly.
Infinite. And then there's a combination and interplay between these. KP. You know how body language, like if you're loud with your voice but silent with your body, but loud with your body, silent with your voice, and what ratio, and then add face in there, and so many things.
So
pitch,
many.
Fucking context.
Yeah, if I drink two shots versus 4 shots versus no shots, that makes a difference. How much I smoke makes it. There's just too many factors.
A girl
involved.
next to you when you do it. No girl. 2 girls.
Yeah,
like
2 girls. Standing up, holding the girl, dancing on the girl, facing that girl, dancing. Decided to take a walk and dance back. All right. Sing suddenly. Sing out loud suddenly. A song at the edge of my fucking voice, but limited. That means there's ways where you could go like that, and there's ways you can go like that. You know, it's that one. That it's like the edge of my voice, and I'm singing at the edge of my lungs, but the volume is capped. Right. But I'm giving it all. I'm gunning, you know. You give love a bad name, bad name. Now I'm shouting at the top of my lungs. Yeah. But I can be louder just speaking louder. Yeah. So the volume down, intensity up.
So many dials and buttons.
Right? Or intensity down. You give love a bad name, bad name. Boom, it's sitting on her forehead. You give love a bad, you give love a bad name. Yeah. That's different than you give love a bad name, bad name. I could take that song and spin it 5 different ways. Or you give love a bad name, or you give love a bad name, or you give love a bad name. Like, just that lyric can go anywhere. Yeah. Now, pick the songs and play the songs. If I know the song, get ready. Get ready.
Old Discovery teaching, the pickup artist, where he's like, you say a sentence, and he emphasized tonality on different words in the sentence, and every time he said the sentence means different.
That's right. It's
and
infinite.
you're like, 369ing this thing with like, and the phrase came to me. It's the course and the training, you know, through and through, really, from the absolute beginner to the most advanced, is a rehabilitation of man's perception of communication, because it's not lines, it's not sentences, it's sound bites, or you know, spelling out every situation you'll be in so that you know what to do. It's perceiving what's happening and having in your instrument the range and the awareness.
It's Bruce Lee fighting.
Man, I mean, it's mastery.
Just intercepting it, and he's just gonna respond. And he's got angles more than everybody else because he freed himself of the style.
Angles, man.
So when he's fighting Chuck Norris is stuck on his move on that. And Bruce Lee, they asked Bruce Lee, because they would always ask, who would win the fight between you and Chuck Norris? They've both been asked that. Chuck Norris has answered a few times that he would win. Right? And he was a karate champion. There's no reason why he should say he wouldn't win. Right? I remember I got mad before when I heard him because I was such a passion for Bruce Lee. I was like, what a faggot. You should never say that about Bruce Lee, not realizing they're at the same time, and no champion should consider himself less than a champion. I respect that now, which I didn't respect earlier, just so you know. And Bruce Lee's answer was so poetic. He laughed and he said, you know, I've been asked this many times. He goes, so what I did is I invited Chuck to be in the movie with me. And he goes, and the final fight scene, the movie hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
He goes, the final fight scene is me and him fighting. And then he goes, now, the audience should be able to judge for themselves based on that, who would win the fight. It's pretty obvious. Right. And he just says that. And you watch that fight and you see how Bruce Lee suddenly changes his style in the fight. We should watch that.
It's dope, man. It's
you want to put it on?
It's like,
yeah, let's put Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris.
Bro, it's in that aesthetic band that seems similar to Last Samurai.
Yes, it is. It's the same soul. It's a Bushido. The soul of the samurai. The soul of the warrior. Bushi is a warrior do. The way of the Bushido. You love that word, right? You're a Bushido. Okay, now, let's take a look at that. Full fight, Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris. The way of the dragon. On the bottom. No, there was 2 down from that. Okay. That. So also, notice the process of the beast. Now, pause before you go. Yogi Chris, you said something about the fox. Pause. And I said, I understand what that feels like. And I said, what's my original animal?
A cat.
Okay, watch the scene, everybody. My original power animal was a cat, a little black cat. This is Bruce Lee's answer to who would win the fight. He invited Chuck, and he said people should be able to see the skill level difference. I did that with Kung Lee. I faced him and had him do a technique. I did it back to him. And that's the beast. Animal, look, you grabbed its hair. You're not supposed to do that. It's a fight to the death, fool. But that's Bruce Lee teaching us during that time. We're going to grab the hair, because you don't do that in martial arts. See? There, you don't do that. That's dishonorable. There's only one thing honorable in a fight: win. Now watch. Now the process. Now the movement. Now the angles change. It's about movement. Look how light he is now. It's all about movement. Now he's dancing around him. That's dope. That's my cat right now. Still moving. You know that kick? I got it from him. Hey. The angle, so he can come from anywhere. Coffees. Oh, that's rough. Dope how it ends too. That's Masashi with a sword facing another swordsman, champion of the time. Same spirit. Hey! The dude's speed, bro. The heart of a champion. That's a samurai right there. What a movie, huh? Don't do it. Lao Tzu said, even the death of your enemy is a funeral of your brother. That's what that reminds me of. They didn't show the ending, huh? Okay, now put Bruce Lee screen test. I'm going to show you something crazy if you've never seen this. Chuck Norris still alive? Yeah, he's old as fuck. Screen test. Not Green Hornet, yeah. That one, first one. Oh, 8:11. No, go down. 8-minute one. Okay, this is him in Hollywood auditioning in front of the camera. He's not Bruce Lee yet, guys. He shows up to Hollywood. He's in front of the camera with the casting director. Now, just if no matter what you know of martial arts, I'm going to tell you, I've done martial arts my whole life. Okay, I've never seen anybody move like this. What you're about to see, and in the clothes he's in, the speed, the control. Have you seen this?
I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh man,
so cool.
Okay, here we go. Enjoy. Someone who's achieved the level.
Now, let's just look right into the camera lens right here and tell us your name, your age, and where you were born.
My last name is Lee, Bruce Lee. I was born in San Francisco in 1940. I'm 24 right now.
And you worked in motion pictures in Hong Kong?
Yes, since I was around 6 years old.
And when did you leave Hong Kong?
1959, when I was 18.
Handsome, you know what I mean?
Now look over to me, Bruce, as we talk. I understand you just had a baby boy?
Yeah.
And you've lost a little sleep over it, have you?
3 nights.
And tell the crew what time they shoot the pictures in Hong Kong.
Well, it's mostly in the morning because it's kind of noisy in Hong Kong, you know, around 3 million people there. And so every time when they have a picture, it's mostly, say, around 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning.
I see. They'd love that there. And you went to college in the United States?
Yes.
And what did you study?
Philosophy.
I see. Now, you told me earlier today that karate and jiu-jitsu are not the most powerful of the best forms of Oriental fighting. What is the most powerful of the best form?
Well, it's bad to say the best, but in my opinion, I think Kung Fu is pretty good.
Will you tell us a little bit about Kung Fu?
Well, Kung Fu is originated in China. It is the ancestor of karate and jiu-jitsu. It's more of a complete system and it's more fluid. By that I mean it's more flowing. There is continuity in movement instead of one movement, two movement, and then stop.
Would you look right into the camera lens and explain the principle of the glass of water as it applies to Kung Fu?
Well, Kung Fu, the best example would be a glass of water. Why? Because water is the softest substance in the world, but yet it can penetrate the hardest rock or anything, granite, you name it. Water also is insubstantial. By that I mean you cannot grasp hold of it. You cannot punch it and hurt it. So every Kung Fu man is trying to do that, to be soft like water and flexible and adapt itself to the opponent.
I see. What's the difference between a Kung Fu punch and a karate punch?
Well, a karate punch is like an iron bar whacked. A Kung Fu punch is like an iron chain with an iron ball attached to the end, and it go whang, and it hurt inside.
Okay. Now we're going to cut, and in just a second we'll have you stand up and show us some Kung Fu and some movements in Kung Fu.
Okay.
Cut.
Always ready to go.
Test X2, take one, speed.
In a suit.
Now look directly into the camera, Bruce. Directly at it. And now give me a 3/4 this way. And hold it. And give me a profile that way, all the way. Good. Hold it. Now come back to a profile on the other side. And hold that. Give me a 3/4 on that side.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest beings I've ever
And then
made.
give me right into the camera again.
Michael Jackson.
All right, now the camera will pull back, and Bruce, first show me the movements in the classical Chinese theater.
The classical Chinese
Well,
theater.
you know what we talked about in the office, how they walk and how they start to move.
Well, in Chinese opera, they have the warrior and then the scholar. The way the warrior walk will be something like this.
In Chinese
Walking this way, straight, come out, bend, straight, and then walk out again. An ordinary scholar would be just like a female, a weakling, 90 pounds in child hours. You'll be just walking, you know, like a girl, real, shoulder up and everything.
So by the way they walk, you can immediately tell who they are.
Right, what character they represent.
Now, show us some Kung Fu movements.
Well, it's hard to show it alone, but I will try to do my best.
All right, maybe one of the fellows will walk in. You want to walk?
Yeah, it would be...
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, although accidents do happen, but you know, there are various kinds of strikes. It depends on where you hit and what weapon you will be using. To the eyes, you would use fingers. Don't worry. To the eyes, or straight at the face, from the waist, everything on.
Hold it just a minute. Let's move this gentleman around this way so you're doing it more into the camera. Okay, well.
And then there is band arm strike, using the waist again into a back fist.
And let's have the assistant director back up just a way. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
And then of course, Kung Fu is very sneaky. You know the Chinese, they always hit low. From high, go back to the ground. Don't worry.
Now turn around the other way with you, Bruce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
what do you want to do?
Yeah.
These are just natural reactions.
That's
right. That is natural.
Right into the camera. Cheat into the camera a little bit and show this again.
All right.
Go ahead.
There is the finger jab. There is the punch. There is the back fist and then low. Of course, then they use leg straight at the ground or come up. Or if I can back up a little bit, they start back from here and then come back.
All right.
It's kind of worry.
He has nothing to worry about. Now, once again, show us how a good Kung Fu man would very coolly handle it and walk away, rather than get involved in a series of actions.
Cut it.
Sound. Okay.
Test X2, take two.
Now, Bruce, so that we can clearly see what you're doing this time, we'll face the fact that there's nobody there. Show me now the difference between Jiu-Jitsu, which is long and involved, and Kung Fu, which is very quick if you have an opponent.
All right, for instance, you will read it in a book, in a magazine and everything, that when somebody grabs...
Just as a communicator, do you get his relaxation? He's just expressing, as if he's sitting here talking to us. He's in front of the camera auditioning in front of Hollywood for a movie. Think another actor right now. And even when he's joking, it's like, you get it? It's like there's a care in his joke, and when he laughs to himself and looks down, he knows a secret. You know, he doesn't even say Kung Fu is the best. You know, I would say Kung Fu is pretty good. You know, and they ask him, and he says, well, that's like an iron bar. This one's like an iron chain with an iron ball, and it hurts inside. And he laughs to himself. Like he knows something. He's wise. You see his wisdom, right? And just notice, rewind a little bit. This is an interview. This is his relaxation with his body. But it's alert.
Test X2, take two.
Now, Bruce, so that we can clearly see what you're doing this time, we'll face the fact that there's nobody there. Show me now the difference between Jiu-Jitsu, which is long and involved, and Kung Fu, which is very quick if you have an opponent.
All right, for instance, you will read it in a book, in a magazine and everything, that when somebody grabs you, you will first do this, and then this, and then thousands of steps before you do a single thing. Of course, these kind of magazine would teach you to be feared by your enemies and admired by your friends and everything. But in Kung Fu, it always involves a very fast motion. Like, for instance, a guy grabbing your hand. It's not the idea to do so many steps. Step him right on the instep. He'll let go. This is what we mean by simplicity. Same thing in striking and in everything. It has to be based on a very minimum motion so that everything would be directly expressed one motion. And he's gone. Doing it gracefully, not to go, yelling and jumping all over him, but to do that. Excuse me. That's it.
Okay, now show me once again just a few movements there.
Well, Kung Fu can be practiced alone or with a partner. Practicing alone, they involve forms. Some imitate a crane, a monkey, a praying mantis. This is a crane form. Start off. This is one of the movement involved.
Show us one more movement and then we'll be all through.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. They have the tiger that start like a tiger. Using claw to claw the face, or the beak of the crane to the eyes. This is some of the movement involved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That's too good, right? Okay, put Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon, Feast. Going. Keep going. Should already be there. So put Enter the Dragon, food. Go down. There it is. That one. Okay, pause it. Let me give you a little background on this. They get invited by a very rich man to an island for a competition of the greatest martial artists. It's Mortal Kombat is based on that. Okay? And so before the battle begins, the guy's name is Han. Genghis Han. And he throws a banquet for everybody. And he gives them prostitutes and everything. This is the scene where they enter and they have all the food. And he's with everybody in there is a warrior from different lands. Okay? Now watch. Watch his reaction, his beingness. And then you understand the strip club. Gio, what happened to you? No, this is not right. This is the way of the dragon. It's Enter the Dragon. But we'll go down and see if there's one. It's so interesting. Go back up. Let's put. Oh, there it is. I saw it. The sumo wrestler. You saw it? Yeah, that one. Man's. We don't want to even talk about it.
No,
that's a
I really don't think so. Thanks.
That was.
What's the matter, you want a giant?
So Bruce Lee also hired for the movie. This is the movie he directed. He hired the people, and that was a champion, John Saxon above. And that's Jim Kelly. They're both champions, karate champions. Right? Bolo Young is a karate champion in there. And so these guys are now having a feast before the fight. The host is feasting, giving a feast. Go ahead.
No, I really don't think so. Thanks.
What's the matter, you want a giant?
I like to eat, if I could find something I could keep down.
Well, I can't wait to meet our host. I hear this is only one of his beat parties. You ever been to a martial arts tournament like this?
Never.
I have a funny feeling we're being fat enough to be killed. Better keep an eye out for the referee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, welcome. You honor our island. I look forward to a tournament of truly epic proportions. We are unique, gentlemen, in that we create ourselves through long years of rigorous training, sacrifice, denial, pain. We forge our bodies in the fire of our will. But tonight, let us celebrate. Gentlemen, you have our gratitude.
Humble. That was power behind me.
Mr. Williams.
Welcome to Thailand.
Mr. Williams.
For me?
It's all black people.
You should know.
It's the Rick, the Damari.
I'll take you, darling. And you. And you.
What's up, bro?
And you. Please understand, if I missed anyone, it's been a big day. I'm a little tired.
Oh, of course, Mr. Williams. You must conserve your strength.
I mean,
A gift, Mr. Lee. If you don't see anything you like.
There was a girl at the feast tonight.
Which girl, sir?
The owner of this dart.
Target pick. Ah, is that it?
The one. I'll send it to you.
That's the last guy. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's talk again. Back to field. We got some time. About an hour. Hell yeah. If you haven't registered for this class, now it's time to do it, everybody. 47. You'll get the link. Let's go. Let's go. You got $50 to fucking show up every day and talk about this shit. I teach you. Okay, what else? Anything else about last night? Last night? 1, 2. Josue, what about you? Yeah, talk about it. You were there. Hey, he was there. Everybody should talk about last night.
Well, there's just not a lot of words that like will get you guys to experience a full experience.
What did you experience? Tell us.
You know, of what's going on, to what level and what degree, like what we're feeling, the emotions, what everyone's like registering, how like the whole like club was eyes on AZD while he was dancing. You know, 2 girls on him. Like my boy over here, Wolf, on his girl, like napping. Like it's an experience, you know, to see how like these girls react to men like that got their shit going on, their character in place. Like it just inspires me to be more on my process, just be a better human to, you know, my brothers, to the girls, to society, just better character to play the game. Because, you know, Wolf sent me a reel yesterday, or he sent the group chat a reel, I think it was yesterday, about Mystery talking about how he created a game, you know, it was just a game amongst friends, and how they played it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's exactly what it feels like. We're just a bunch of friends, we're playing a game.
Yeah, we are.
We just got the right rules, dude. We got the right, you know, we just know.
They told us the wrong rules.
Yes.
So we play the game and lose.
Yes.
And we found the rules to play the game to win, and they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever seen someone go in there and take over the game.
Yeah.
You know, appreciate it, like it, keep the rules, and say, now we know the rules, we're about to play. We're actually playing the game. We're not being played, bro.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We're not being played.
So to see, like, how just the whole club is reacting to us, it's like, damn, dude, there's girls on the outside.
Sound good, man.
I could tell they're talking about us, you know, they're like, we're in their stories, dude. We're in their fucking locker talk. We're in the whole club. Like,
we're those guys.
Yes.
We're those guys. You tell us.
In short terms, we're those guys. But I'm trying to, I don't know, get you guys more excited to be like, just fucking, I don't know, dude. I myself am just starstruck because I came from such a different reality.
Tell us about it.
And just to be amongst you guys, like, it took a while to adjust to just, fuck, dude. Like, I wasn't crazy my whole, like, from 18 to 25, because
You weren't what?
crazy. You know, I wasn't the only one feeling like this.
You thought you were crazy.
Yeah, I thought I was crazy. I thought I was, like, out of place. I was like, man, why do people not see it? Why is everyone lying? Why is everyone, like, playing, like, fucking pretend, or everyone's faking, like, their personality, you know, being fake.
You should sell.
There being one person amongst other people and a whole other person amongst, you know, another group. So it's just wild to see a stagnant, like, not stagnant, but something solid, but just expanding, you know, because I got solid people around me. They're not switching up. They're not, like, I don't know. It's an experience that I can't put into words.
It's worth it, man.
It's worth it.
It's worth it when we die.
It's my life. It's my fucking life.
Nice.
You know, it's making me stronger.
Nice.
I want to make y'all stronger, dude, because I don't, like AZD said a lot of times, having weak people around you makes you weak.
Yes.
Having weak people with, like, just no morals, no ability to read the room or scan the people around you, you know, because we're closer to each other than we are, but just the only distance between you and I is our ideas and our personalities and our reality, you know, our realms, our universe in our head. So just to see how we here try to break those barrier downs and try to be our true soul, be authentic, and also experience different parts of ourselves is wow, you know. Just, I can't put into words. I can't really. I would have to write a whole book.
You should.
About just what I experienced and how I see.
How long you been here?
5 months.
5 months? How many times have you gone out in 5 months?
5 times.
5 times. He's going out for 5 times of going out, but also experiencing being around, right?
That's just because I've been adjusting to the whole, like, my whole reality shift, you know?
Yeah.
And just coming from people who I didn't trust, being amongst you guys, it took a while to adjust and trust you guys.
And my trust gets betrayed every day here.
You know, and be like, okay.
I've had some of the closest people to me turn around, just stab me. Just remember that. Don't ever forget
and that's
that.
because you're authentic, you know?
But I'm just saying, like, don't be ready for your trust to be betrayed in the group.
Of course.
Okay.
And that's because you're authentic and you shine light onto people onto, like, dark areas in their personality that just, they're going to lash out, they're going to betray you, they're going to do shit. But I feel like that's out of jealousy and just trying to be you know, trying to have some type of experience that you're having. So fuck people who, you know, whoever has done that personally for you.
Right on.
And yeah, dude, just anybody watching, like, damn, guys, like,
we're trying to stay in Vegas.
Yeah,
just so you know, I am trying to stay. I really am. I'm trying to stay. Like, I'm putting effort to make it work. That's why I changed the program too, right? Let's see what happens in 6 months. Maybe I can suddenly get 500-600 people online for $50, right? Like, if that happens, then I think it'll handle shit. So I don't see why Andrew Tate could have thousands of people online. I can't, or anybody else. Let's just bring the price down. We've tried this way. We tried that way. Let's try this way. And it's just it's the final attempt at this thing. You know what I mean? To make it work for everybody. And then I got to make it keep working.
Peak, I think I read 117,000 members at $47 a month.
Isn't that amazing? That's how many Andrew Tate has. I mean, if we get even a third of that, it would handle us right now. But we can take all of it. That's what I know.
Totally.
They just have to find out we're doing this. And then nobody wants to waste their money. Nobody wants to be lied to. And we're not lying. We're not wasting nobody's money. Right? We're doing it, man. Like he said, I love what he said. He said, it's my life. He was talking about himself. I always say, it's my life, bro. Like, this is real. Like, we're doing our life, man. This is your life now. You got to get in here. You can have women. You could have money. You could have power. You could have respect. You could have admiration. You could have God. You could have friends. You could enjoy your fucking day. You don't have to be a fucking slave. You have to start where you are. And you got to start building. And you got to build. And you got to work. You got to work. You know, I said yesterday or the day before, I had gotten into some disagreement with my girlfriend, Electra. Has been with me for a long time, right? And then, here's her text last night. This is Electra. Been with me almost 19 years now, 18 years and 8-9 months. She says, she goes, I feel a little ashamed that I'm not killing it in the Department of Communication and Expression, but that's just my own stupid stuff. I say what I say. She says, and I get it on that thing we were talking about earlier, the day before. She says, like, I get how it connects now to where I'm at. I need to get it together, and I am. And I say what I say. And then she says, blah, 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 right? She just becomes sweet after that. But, you know, I was able to teach her differently, right? In front of everybody. First, I had handled her on something, right? And whatever, got handled. And then what happened was she was going to give a speech to this group of ladies. She told me she was really nervous. I said, okay, we'll talk about it in person. And then in front of everybody, I said, why were you nervous? She was kind of surprised, right, that I would do that. And she started answering the questions. And then I did it. I did what I do. And I went and I showed her what she'd not been looking at. And when she saw it, she started crying in front of everybody. And she doesn't want to do that in front of the other girls. Right? And then I was like, well, why are you crying? She goes, well, I can't believe, like, I've been living with that my whole life. I said, do you understand now what I'm telling you? Mm-hmm. Like, that's why I'm having you guys, the girls too, watch the Shaolin videos, because this is your life. I said, you've been masking it a certain way because you're getting away with it, because you're good looking and you got all this stuff going. You're doing great as a woman, but it's not about doing great as a woman. This is your soul. And that it's trapped right there and you could see it. I asked her, do I have that problem? Does it look like I have that fucking problem? Okay, I had that problem. I don't have it anymore. But I take this shit much more seriously than you do. I don't miss any of my day because I can't. Like, I'm working on me all the time. I told you, you got to work on you more. Here's why it's not enough, because you're confined by that thing. It doesn't matter that you're better than every other woman you know. It makes no fucking difference. This is your life. You could be, there's no comparison. The only comparison is to see that you're not crazy, that other people want the same thing and they're also seeing the results. Other than that, you are confined and trapped at levels you can't even imagine right now. And I'm not. If I was, okay, but I'm not. That's the thing. How valuable would it be to have this? Okay, she got it. And then I realized that, you could invalidate somebody really big like that, but that's like trying super hard, right? So I had to build her up a little bit, but even that has to be removed one day, right? You can't baby anybody through this process. No. You got to burn people through this process, because if you have to baby them through, then that little babying that you're doing is, it's like the same thing that I told Sultan. Eventually he's going to have to face getting another tattoo of a girl if he's going to stay with this girl. And she could be all sweet about it all. So he better never fall in love again. Well, if he's better never fall in love again, he can't do what I'm doing, because I'm in love with like 6-7 girls, right? And they all know it. And I love telling my girlfriends how much I love this girl, Rosie.
Yeah.
I'm constantly telling them.
Man.
I'm constantly telling them, man, I love this girl so much.
I got a taste of how to measure that a little bit, because my girl, I tell her the other girl's invited to go to Thailand.
Yeah.
How'd that go? I let her process it, she went through it, and now she's like super loving and submitted. Like, she had issue with it, definitely. Yeah. But
you could have an issue in the United States while you're in Thailand.
That's exactly what it came down to, and that's what I never lost my cool. It was at the club last night, and at some point my sentence was something like, you know, the way you're responding to this has me questioning you going.
Exactly. Thank you.
And and then she said something, whatever. I didn't pay no mind. And then it's all
No, it's
well.
good.
Yeah.
He's doing it right.
But then having 4 girls going, and then this new 5th girl, and all that you've done for her, with her, etc. And I know how transparent you are to whatever. I mean, I don't need to know the details, but it's like
all the way.
Yeah, and it's like, wow.
Like, I want to go buy her something else now. And I know that tomorrow I'm going out with Electra, that I know I'm going to buy Rosie something again. Why? I moved to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do that. And if anybody's going to fucking stop me, then they're stopping my expression, which is love. It's not bad. No one is losing anything because I'm doing this. I'm not taking from you to give to her. It's my money. It's the money that I have that I would spend on my shit. Okay? Some stripper will get less so that she can get a watch. Why? Because she was the stripper that I wanted and I got. Man. That's why. There's no other stripper moving me right now. The only one was not even there. There's only one other girl I want, and she's not there. 2. And I haven't seen these 2 fucking bitches for 2 weeks, which is kind of driving me nuts, right? But I haven't seen the girls I want in my life. Everybody else I'm just having a great time with, right? So I know, like, that's what money is for me. You know, it's to fulfill my life and not make me weak. I can fulfill many different ways, but I don't want to become weak. I can fulfill myself by having filet mignon. I can fulfill myself by doing all kinds of crazy shit, right? What fulfills me is loving a woman and taking care of her. It does tremendous shit to me. It keeps me in shape. It keeps me sharp, working harder, having more guy friends, opening doors everywhere I go. Because she's the value that God gave to man, right? He had everything. All the animals, all the whatever. He was like, you know what? You need a girl here. She's for you, right? All that other shit, whatever. Do what you want. She's for you. So she's for me. And so I know she's for me. And I'm supposed to take care of her the way God gave her to me. All these girls were given to me. You get it? Yes, I gave them, but they're given to me. Because God also gives me the same knowledge to know how to deal with them. So it's all one. There's not a separation in me at all. Very, I'm mad. I don't even know if there is any separation in me anymore. And it's healing my dick. I've told you guys, I've had to fucking take pills and pills and pills. I still do, but it's different. I know the difference. Okay, my dick is healing because I saw how many locks I had on my cock. Mm-hmm. Internal locks. You have it.
Yeah, man.
You have it every time you fuck another girl and you think about your other girl, or every time you face her after you fuck the other girl, or you're about to fuck this girl and you think about the other girl. You're doing something that inside that's doing something to the flow, and I'm not doing that anymore. And I saw how many different ways this can happen. She could text you while you're having sex here. Maybe you're texting this one sexy, or you're not texting that one sexy. You start to feel bad about it. And maybe you want to fuck this one and you don't want to fuck that one. You feel bad about it. And every time you feel bad about it, it's either righteous feeling bad or wrong feeling bad. Right? And when I saw that it's not right to feel bad about it the way I'm going about doing it, that's why I'm ethical in every action I take, so that I don't feel bad about it. Okay? Now, everybody, meaning the girls, have to get stronger around me because I'm not doing anything wrong. Right? So if I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm not sorry about it. You're going to have to come up to the level of seeing that truth is okay. Right? You don't lose anything. You gain. If I love her and I can love her so freely around you, I love you a lot more suddenly.
Yeah.
You know how it goes?
That's the thing I'm measuring, because, you know, rehabilitating a man's ability to communicate, like to give that outflow, that expression with your girl there, because a man would do that maybe freely if he's by himself. He's just out and he sees, he has a girl and he's moved to like get something for her. Yeah. But like to be with your girl and be able to communicate that, not that saying that to her, but the communication being buying the gift for
to get her a ring that looks like a wedding ring,
bro.
Look,
and then
let me show you the ring.
Just time after time, like
look at this picture she put up. This is me kissing her hand. I didn't show you this. This is my girlfriend Rosie that I just known for a little bit. Look at that ring. It's not a diamond though. It's a crystal, but it looks like a wedding ring. And let me show you. She's convalescent right now, like she's from hospital. So you're looking at that here, but this is her. Look how sweet this moment is. She gets the ring. Look. Nice. So I'm madly in love with this girl, and I'm willing to break up with her tonight.
Yeah.
I really am, though, because that's how I could have her for real. I have to be 100% with her. I have to be true to her. But she fulfills me, man, right? And she doesn't take from anything from me. You know, on field report, because this is what I love to do. The first time I went to her house was such a big deal to me. I was like, dude, I told everybody she's going to my... Because, you know, if you have a girl you really like, that's that girl for me. Okay? So every little reward is a big fucking reward when you like someone that much. It's like a one-itis, right? Having a one-itis and having the bitch under you is pretty kind of crazy, actually, okay? It's the kind of relationship I want to be in.
Yeah.
I want to feel like that about all of them, and I'm making myself feel like that about all of them. I'm finding something about each girl that I really, truly love uniquely about them. And it's nicer being around them. Like my girlfriend, Anne. I'm falling more and more in love with her, more and more in love with her, more and more in love with her. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, it's so much nicer having this feeling than her showing up and me like, damn, I gotta spend 2 hours with this bitch now again. You know, it went from like an hour every 2 weeks to like 2, 3 hours to 4 hours. Like, I wanna be around her because I'm growing when I'm around her. The beast in me is fed. And as long as they're feeding this part of me, I want them around. And the moment they start taking away from this part of me, I don't want them around.
Yeah.
And that's just as simple as it goes. You know, and for me, that's huge. It's huge. Yeah, also, I saw her yesterday. I'm going to see her today. And I'm going to almost see her every day now. So what's happening here? My life is moving the direction I want it to move. I'm guiding the energies of my life so I get the fulfillment of having this girl in my life. I want her all the time. I wish she would come stay with me for 2 weeks like Cristalli does. That's how much I like her. And I'm willing to lose her. That is part of it. Like, I'm more willing to lose her than anybody else because I like her so much. That's the crazy part. Because I could see how quickly I could become trapped in it. So she can't get away with sneezing wrong around me. Why? Because I love you way too much. You could make me compromise my standards. And it's not going to happen, right? You hold that position of your opinion mattering so much that it shifts my fucking character when you fucking compliment something, right? That's a lot of fucking power to hold over me. Good. So if you fuck up even slightly, we're broken up. It's done. Why? What do you mean? It's an exchange, right? It comes with that. You're not giving me anything else. Sex, I'm getting from everybody. There's something else about you that makes me want to love you all the fucking time. Maybe I'll get over it one day. I've been like that before. Hopefully I'll get over it one day. I mean, hopefully I won't. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm not trying to protect myself. Trying to protect yourself is weak. Okay? There's no thought of that anymore. There's just a thought of an expression. Pure expression. And it's giving me what I want. Okay? All right. What else? We're in field. You were going, man. That was beautiful. Anything else?
What else I gotta say? Well, for me, it's deeper than just like touching the girl, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I hope for you guys too, it's more than just sex. It's actually like AZD saying, like it's a connection. Because, I don't know, my soul searches for more than just sexy woman, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course I want a beautiful woman, but I want to have a connection with the woman.
Yeah.
So, just being in this right philosophy that AZD is teaching the guys, like, it's right for our soul.
Yeah, it is.
It's just, it feels right to do what we're doing. The process that AZD's given to us is keeping my ethics, like, clean with girls, which is exactly what I want. I don't want to be thinking about a girl the way, like, a lot of men think about girls, and that's like, you know, like, like lustful, all fucking like demonic about it.
They're
like
drained.
Like, at the end of it, feel drained, you know?
Yeah.
At the end of it, feel weird. Like, the sex is weird, the fucking kissing is weird. Like,
They're pawns.
Like, everything is weird, you know? The whole interaction after is weird, like...
Everything's weird. It's just weird. The dates are weird. She spends the night is weird. She gets up, it's weird. She makes you food, it's weird. Like every second, you're trying to make things okay. Every fucking second, because you're not okay. Beta shit.
Beta, yeah.
But we haven't had any other way of doing it. But we have a way of doing it, and it's just so easy. It's so easy that the other way is difficult.
Yes.
It's difficult to be weak when you know you're strong.
Yeah.
Right? The lion is going to have to really try to not walk around as a lion, and it would still be strong. It's like your essence. Once you know your essence is made from God or creator or a star or a fucking explosion, I don't care. It's a miracle any direction you go in it. So act like a miracle. Act like a walking fucking miracle, and let's just see what happens. Now I think of Neville Goddard. Live like that. Get the feeling of you're a miracle, and today's a miracle, and everything is brand new. Everything is brand new. Like that's the illusion, right? That everything has been done, that you've already seen these people. The moment you see the girl again today, that's a new girl. The moment you text her, that's a new girl. That's not the same girl, bro. She's like a river flowing. There's so much happening inside of her. She's giving you just one moment of interaction, right? Don't violate that moment of interaction. Don't violate yourself. Don't violate her. Don't violate God. Don't violate nobody, right? That is what you learn in social dynamics. He who violates, the environment will attack, right? So if I'm saying to the woman, your mom's boring, bitch, she's already violated the environment. Oh, yeah. If she goes and tells the bouncer that I said, do you see what she's doing? Right? Yeah. That's wrong. And she would get it, not me, unless he didn't like me, which is fine. That could be the case. But I know when I'm attacking. She's violating, right? The environment is designed that if one creature violates its essence, the jungle will kill it. God doesn't want that, right? An eagle walking the whole time is a violation of an eagle. It'll get attacked. Okay, if an eagle made friends with a fucking chicken, it will get killed the next time it was around the chicken. Or some farmer would shoot it or eat it as dinner and be like, hey, this tastes a little different. The beak, oh shit, we killed an eagle. What the fuck was the eagle doing in the chicken coop? It wasn't eating them, it was playing with them. You gotta just cut out the weakness in your life. And the hardest part is people, right? Cutting out weak people in your life. Okay, fine. It could be difficult. I never thought anything of this should be easy. It was just never part of my process because maybe I grew up in the martial arts. To move like Bruce Lee, you're going to have to go through some shit physically, right? You're going to have to do things to overcome all the resistance that you and I have to move like that guy. The balance he has, the calm that he has. Guy's been through his shit. It's visible in the way he moves, right? And we go through it with women every day, right? We went all that last night. Now I'm going to be with the 3 girlfriend. Look. From here, I'm going to go see Electra, Hannah, and Ant. I already saw Ant this morning. She came over. Go figure that. Ant comes over this morning. I come here. Then I go. The 3 girls are going to be there. Then they're going to leave. I'm going to go see Rosie. I'm going to come back. Electra's going to come over and spend the night. I'm going to go in field. I'm going to come back. Electra's there. I'm going to wake up with her. Then I'm going to come here. Then we're on Sunday. I'm going to go back with Electra all Sunday. It's over. I'm going to go see Rosie. Then I'm going to go in field. It never stops, right? It's a continuous, almost 24 hours happening. Moments by myself, and during those moments, all that shit is still there, now being mixed into a new drink or some shit. Like, dang, look at all this experience I have. Look how much I got tonight. Like, what did I see tonight? That was amazing, man. That's what I was saying when we were in the car. I'm like, did you guys see what happened? And I gotta face that. I didn't know what was gonna happen, right? I start realizing every time you make a plan, just throw it in the garbage. Your plans never worked, bro. They never really did, okay? If they did, they worked for a moment and then they crashed right afterwards, okay? It's better to not have a plan, but have a character that could bring order. And then the plan is visible as you go forward, right? It's not like the lion has a plan. His instinct is to hunt that way. And he adjusts. He adjusts to the Sahara. He adjusts to the other buffaloes. He adjusts to the other lions. And every time it's different. He can't go back and be like, oh, we were running fucking play 4 and you went on the other side. That one went on the other side because the play was being made by God. And each of them was just tuned in and they know how to coordinate with each other. Or a wolf, right? They don't get together, all right, guys, we're going to be hunting now. This one is a buffalo. You know, I checked them out. The alpha smells it, goes, gives the command. Everybody starts one spirit moving, right? There's no time to plan this stuff. There's just go back as a wolf and keep hunting and keep sharpening your claws and your teeth and running and getting stronger and faster and stronger and faster and run the dynamics of the wolf pack and make sure the wolf pack is strong, then go back there and hunt and do this until you die. And do this, and then maybe, you know, we keep missing my age, but my age keeps coming up because my birthday is probably coming up, right? It's like I compared to 48-year-olds when I see them on TV and this and that. I'm hitting that old bracket or some shit now where it's like, you know, that guy's a 40-year-old man looking good. I think I'm younger than everybody around me. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that fucking guy that they're, oh, you're 60 and you look good. Motherfucker, I've been looking good the whole time. I never changed. I look better and better until I die. Then what? Who knows? That's the mind. No animal, take no thought for tomorrow. Okay, Jesus, that's it. And what if you actually didn't take thought for tomorrow? What if you didn't? Okay, you just know the plans. Okay, I'm going to Thailand. Here's the reason why. Now, what's the plan? There ain't no fucking plan. Get your passports. I'll say, ready? Pack up. Let's go. We got to go. Why? Because it's time to go. Or, we're not going yet. Why? It's not time to go yet. There's things happening. I'm not stuck to the plan. Right? the plan is developed as you go. With the girl too. It's like, well, should I get a tattoo of her? Should I not get a tattoo of her? Should I invite her over? Should I not invite her over? Just keep relating to her, and the next level of relationship will develop. Wherever, okay, check this out. Evolution, this is what I knew this morning. So you have a cell right here, right? And a cell is gonna have to maximize its ability. It has to be functioning at its full capacity, not holding anything back in a new environment. When it does that is when evolution kicks in. See if that's true. If the environment is defeating it and it doesn't die, but it's going at full maximum power, then that environment's energy against it and its full power, if it didn't kill it, it goes back and it evolves. It becomes, the fish becomes something else or whatever the fuck it is. It grows a gill or it grows a fin or something, right? And so this is why you have to be at your best all the time. Because you can't evolve if you're holding back. How can you know where your game is unless you're gaming? How can you know how many push-ups you can do unless you did all the push-ups you did every time? Now you can see I'm at 50, let's say. I'm not even doing push-ups, but let's say I'm at 50. I'm doing 50 for 2 months, but I'm doing 50 every fucking time. Maybe after 2 months, it gets easier. And I notice on 50, I have 1 more rep or 2 more reps. That's evolution, right? You just go where you are and you maximize. And then you face the world where you are with maximum effort. Every second, everything you got. Everything you got, and watch what happens. You're gonna have to evolve. You can't hold back, right? You want the 10, you go for the 10. She rejects you, great. Next time, go for the 10. She rejects you, great. Do that for a year. You're gonna accumulate information on how to approach that 10 that you would have never had approaching the 5. They're not the same, 6, 7, 8. The 10 is a whole other level. She's at a level where I don't want to even approach her at the club now. She's not worth my game anymore. Give me a 9 or an 8 that I can really like, because the 10 is not worth all that energy right now. But if I get this 8 or 9 over and over and over, the 10 is going to come to me for sure, right? I just got to create the vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibration, okay? All right, anything else from last night? Yes. Oh, Simba. Simba. You were there. Who's watching? Eros? Zotis. Eros just like one of my fucking things. A weirdo. Yeah.
So yesterday, I realized that how valuable our vibe is because we're not all trapped in this whole holiday bullshit.
Oh yeah, there's a holiday going on.
Bro, I was feeling like some of these girls, man, they were like, they had withdrawals from that.
Yeah, they do.
Like they were like sad about that.
Yeah.
I kind of tell like slight negativity.
Yeah, you're right. It's depressing. Yeah. Holidays are depressing. Everyone's depressed.
I mean, I'm running the whole day like it was normal. Like,
we never noticed that.
Yeah, we didn't. Nah. So the process, everything.
Wait, was it Christmas yesterday?
No.
Oh yeah, a couple days ago. Yeah. Yeah.
So then because I was on the set a lot last night.
You were?
Yeah.
Nice. Look at that.
Yeah. What kind is it? But it was interesting, man, how I was talking with them, but how they were reacting to the group.
Yeah.
So I just want to let everybody know like how they were.
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah. So it was like one girl, the first girl came up, the light skin girl, the big booty and shit.
I like her.
No. Actually, there was a black girl who went on stage.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like her, but I like her a little less now after. Just when you went up to the stage. Yeah, that's when I went up stage. Just do a couple dollars, say yo, come here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then when she sat down, she saw you throw stage at the big booty girl, and she was just like, why you throwing at her? Like she ain't even doing shit. I was just like, yo, chill the fuck out.
That's good. That's a compliment to me, actually. Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
I realized it's just like, I thought it was negative, but it's like a little jealousy.
It was definitely. Did you guys pick up jealousy on that? Yeah. Yeah. Why didn't you notice me? Is what I heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm better than her. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yo, that's a big homie right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I knew him before I even talked to you. I was like, I don't
okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then another situation happened was it was the big booty girl.
The way you answer that is say he always has a real good reason. Go ask him. Yeah. Oh, he always has a real good reason. There's no accidents with that guy. Go ask him. Yeah. Yeah.
And then the big booty one, she was just like, she saw you with your ex. she's like, oh, well, I could tell he doesn't even like her.
Yeah?
It's like,
She could tell I didn't like her?
Yeah.
My ex? Ooh. I would have wanted to know, does she like him? I would have wanted to know that, okay? Yeah, right on.
yeah, I was just like, yo, that's actually
Hey, don't say the wrong things about me because they're all jealous. He doesn't even like her.
Yeah.
She ain't even that good. Why is he throwing money at her? Yo, bitch, mind your business.
And then, but I knew that was jealousy, a little jealousy.
Of course, yeah.
When I was standing up to your right,
Yeah.
saying where the principal was at.
Yeah.
And I was talking for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then, you was doing your, you was dancing, doing
Yeah.
your thing, And she was like, oh, look at AZD go. I was like, all right, go say something.
Yeah.
And then she came and she sat down.
She sat down, yeah. Yo, I didn't even go sit down. I just said go say hi to him. Come back there. Yeah. Go say hi. Damn it.
On that.
Uh-huh.
But overall, there was one situation where I was like, no, I'm gonna talk to her.
Yeah, nice.
Because 3 of them already, like, I thought,
Yeah, you have a relationship with them.
Yeah, a little something like that.
Yeah.
But let me talk to the newer one. So then I went to, there's one girl sitting, like, she was facing a certain way. I'm still trying to learn, like, FaceTime and all that shit. But I was like, let me just go.
Nice.
Say what's up. So I had $5. Went up to her and said, hey, what's up? Had a little chit chat. I could show she was so disinterested.
Yeah.
Back off. Went away.
Nice.
Now, I did feel like a little bit, I was like, okay, at least you tried, Zay.
Yeah.
And right after that, bro, my senses opened up, bro.
There you go.
I was just like, damn, I feel like, like the whole room opened up. Yeah. But then when we had like 5 minutes to leave, talking to the driver, then we gotta go.
Yeah. Man, you sound great, right?
Yeah.
It's real. You sound real good.
I had a good night. Yeah, but of course, the process didn't be like that, so it was dope, man.
Nice. Anybody else from last night? Joe, how you feeling? Are you still slimed or what?
Oh no.
Are you going out tonight?
Tonight?
How can you not go out if you're slimed, bro? Where are we going? We go to Sapphires, right? It's Sapphires tonight. This is the one. This is the championship ring. Yeah? This is the one where it's just like the finest of the fine, just swimming around in them, right? In a pool of fine women, bro. And they're all deadly. All right, we got Solo. He's in the house. He's been around for a while, here and there. Okay, nice. Anything else from last night?
I have a question.
Yeah. And also, you were there too. You should speak too, yeah.
So in my set, towards the end, maybe an hour and a half in, the girl asked me, so what's your type?
Yeah.
And so I don't have an answer for this, and so I felt like I put my fucking foot in my mouth.
What is your answer?
So this is embarrassing, but this is the point.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I really like white girls, I like Hispanics, and I like Asians.
Yeah.
And then so she did not take it well. She was like, oh, well, I guess I'm not your type. And then kind of like receded.
Yeah.
And it was like negative, and I was like, oh man, that was just
Was
not
she your
good.
type or no?
Not necessarily, but I loved her face. She was so pretty.
Something about her face I really liked.
Yeah, she was so pretty. So I was like, well, she was like, how does that, no. She said, well, I guess I'm not your type. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, how does that make you feel? and then she was like, well, not really good. And I was like, you are so pretty. And I said, you're my type.
Yeah.
And like I gave her a hug.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I was like,
did that go well or no?
It got better, but like it just, that whole thing did not feel right to me. So
okay, so why don't you come up with your true answer then? What is it? What is your type? How can you say that?
Yeah, so as I was saying,
truthful, yeah.
Going back, like really, I just a woman who's beautiful, soft, sweet, and caring to me. That's really what it was.
Yeah, don't say to me. Just say, yeah. I like a woman who's soft, caring, and feminine. You know, and pretty.
Yeah.
That's not a Mexican or black or white.
Right, because when I said that, it just was not coming out right, and it did not feel good. So. Okay.
Yeah, I say, but it's true for me. I don't even know anymore. I used to have a type, and now if you see my newest girlfriend, she'd have never been my type, but I love her so much. I have a new Cuban girlfriend. You should see her, and I get into my Cuban fucking. Oh, I'm so in love with her. This and this and that. Yeah, and what I really like about her is that. It like broke all stereo. I don't have a type anymore. I just know when I love someone. That's what I look for. Something happens. We call it chemistry. They love that shit. You know what I mean? Now she wants to create chemistry. She likes it.
Right on.
Mix their chemistry set. Okay, good. Anything else? Nasa, what about you? What's your experience last night?
One highlight that I had was there was this one really beautiful girl dancing on the stage in front of us.
Yeah.
So I walked up and it was near the end of the night, so I decided I wanted to see if I could game her. So I threw a little bit of money at her, and then I had like most of the money I had thrown. I threw it up so it fan out, and then I kept one single.
Yeah.
And I made her kind of like come closer to me and like bend her back, and then I dropped it on her and I said, "Come see me right after."
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
She got called the VIP right after.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool, dude.
Yeah. It's a stretch, right? You did it. Nice. We see it. We see the stretch you did. We see how you reached for your toes and touched it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anything from last night? We had last night. Any leftover communication? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. It's 111. It's a good number. There's some kind of a beast bundle, right? That when I go over the beast process, the original.
Yeah.
All the people that signed up, a bunch of you guys signed up right now, okay? If you have it, great. If you don't, let's give that as a gift. So you guys can have the basic beast process, because we're going into that, okay? So that's a gift. How much is that normally?
Well, it comes in different levels. And
what's the highest level?
The highest level is $1,497.
Okay, $1,500 if you sign up today, you got it. You need it, okay? You need it. So even if you guys are at the 147, and you drop to 47 and you just sign up right now. I just need it now. And today, just everybody gets the full beast $1,500. Okay, is that good? But you gotta study though. You gotta study, see where we're coming from. You gotta see the hardcoreness of this, like where it comes from. Okay, and then we'll probably, I don't know what. For right now, that's what it is. But I'm inspired because I see people are signing up, and I see some people are just sitting on their asses. You know, it's like, okay, if you're sitting on it, then sit a little bit harder on that needle while everybody else gets some other shit.
Yeah, and it's really only if you sign up off of this right here. This isn't going to get like broadcast.
No, we're not going to do that.
Like, if you're on now here on this, sign up.
It's a reward for being here and doing it. Okay?
Bro, I mean that's the whole. That is the backbone of the strength of character of this whole movement and what this is doing. It's such a powerful training. It's like 60, 70, 80 hours of content in all organized for you. And
hard work to organize it between him and Damari.
Yeah, and it's man, that's you need that. You need that, and that's an incredible. I can't believe AZ just did that.
Because you need it. We gotta give it all and just see what happens. Right? We just gotta see what happens. Experiment, right? We do
in this room too. If you sign up, if you're not signed up,
if you're not
you
signed
get
up,
it.
you need
If you
to
sign up, you gotta sign up right
today.
now. I posted it.
Right? So even if you're 147, you do the 47 and you should get canceled next month. Just make sure he knows or whatever.
Yeah, right now, by now, we'll fucking do the organization later when this surge is over. Because you don't have to worry about it right now.
$50. Okay, that's it. And it'll stay $50 for a while at least. At least for you guys, okay? All right, so nothing else about last night then? Okay? Okay, and this is why the Beast Bundle. So I have a little bit of time, I want to go into it, okay? So when I'm doing my research in life and trying to figure out the character that I want to be in this life, right? That's what it's been. And that discovery was young, I had that discovery, but when I met Manu, the acting coach, and I saw that it's required as an actor to get on stage and portray another person that you're not, right? Like think about that for a second, right? You're supposed to go and portray a person you're not. Like Denzel Washington plays whatever cool character he plays. He's not that when he's living his life, right? But he comes across as that sincerely. Every body language, every gesture, he makes a great actor, okay? Anthony Hopkins, he plays Hannibal. What's that movie called? Earlier? Silence of the Lambs, right? Yeah. Like that's just a regular old man, okay, who can portray a deadly killer. And so actors can do this, right? And as a stoic, you actually just become the character that you think you should be, because stoicism is character building, right? And so we kind of combine it together, and the reality that the audience is going to experience this character. The audience is going to go to the movie and see that actor as Craven. But that guy is going to go into the talk show and talk as Jack Johnson or whatever the fuck his name is, right? Oh, well, the movie was great. You know, I read this and that. This and that. Okay, we got that. I'm going in there as Craven, right? The actor that plays the Joker is going to go in there as the person he is, I'm going to go in there as the Joker. It's like, oh, how was the role? Well, the role is great. They just said action. And then I just lived. And they put me in different environments, and they didn't even have a script. This was crazy, Maury. They gave us a script. They gave us a script, and I just did my own thing, and the director accepted it because it was better than what he could write. He was limited in what the Joker was. So when I saw the Joker, I just knew something in me, it was resonating, that that character can beat every man when it comes to getting the woman. And my clue was the Joker jump that we did, Alyssa Amaya, this girl that I met. In San Jose, the two finest women at some point, there was three of them. There was Electra, they were all the same age. There was Alyssa Amaya, and there was Megan Campbell or some shit. Campbell. I met Megan at Togo's. I walk into Togo's, and there's a girl working there. She's blonde, and she is the most beautiful creature I've ever seen in my fucking life. That's when I met her. I don't remember when I met Alyssa Amaya, actually. But damn. When Alyssa walked into my kickboxing class, it was packed. All women. Go on YouTube so everybody gets reality on what that looks like. Put IMC Academy. Let me show you what it used to look like. And let's see what shows up. Go down. Keep going. It'll be a bunch of people. What if you go on their channel? It's not even my channel anymore. Sure, let's see. There's another channel I think too called Panjo or something. Go down. Yeah, video. Okay, playlist. Hold on, Monk Avengers. Put Arash Dibazar kickboxing. Go down. Keep going. Those are all dope videos, but it's none of those. Keep going. Huh. Whoa. Those are cool. Oh! Bro, go down. Go down. No. I thought that was my X Generation video. Go down. Put Arash Dibazar Daisy De La Hoya. It's not the best one, because my class was more than that. She came to class, but I remember it wasn't as packed as my class normally is, but you could kind of get an idea of how many women. But that first one, go ahead. This is what my class looked like at some point, everybody. Daisy came to visit and I had to come to class. That's where it all started. These are all my girlfriends at the time. Imagine a marshal there. Look at the woman. Got me 9, you see how many 10s you see. Look. It's all my girlfriends. Fuck all those girls. Fuck her too, that was my girlfriend. I've made out with all those girls except that one. That's my sister. It's all women. There's not one man in there. Now imagine being my competitor at school and knowing this about me. There was a guy there, that was Win Greg. I had asked him to come to class to hold the bag. That's gold. Melissa. In that class, walks in this chick, Alyssa Amaya, with her friend. And the entire class stops, bro. She's so fine. And I have her partner up with Electra. And the day before, I had Megan show up from Togo's. And I remember telling Takuwaba and them, I need to make a decision on who I'm going to go for. I got the 3 of the most beautiful women in the world. And I'm going to go for one, but I got to go for one. So Electra won, thank God. She seems to be the right one, right? And the Joker, yes, go back to regular class. We'll jump into some videos again. The Joker was a character that I thought could beat everybody, right? And so the Joker scene where he walks up and he talks to the criminals and he does this thing, I would imagine that scene with all of the high value men that I knew at the time, whether they were 49ers or fighters or businessmen. I knew some people at the time too, so there were people there. In my mind, if the Joker arrived, he could beat them. He could just beat them. I knew he could beat them, right? I knew that. As I played the Joker, and I would find in me what would resonate with the Joker, and I would just amplify it. I became it. It was my freedom. As that was happening, there was always another energy, the childhood energy. And then I had the vision that if somebody sat at that table who was a beast, meaning he lived his life kind of like Craven the Hunter, right? If Craven just lived as the hunter in the forest, he could sit at the table with the Joker and not be affected by the Joker, because he wouldn't have the problems that regular people have. He wouldn't be moved by the money, by the status, and he would just have pure, I could fuck this guy up right now, right? And it would just be that. There would be nothing else. His presence would be pure survival, and the Joker was manipulating everybody because everybody had some stock in the game they weren't willing to lose. A beast is pure survival, and he can't be bought. And so I would see another person at the table, and he couldn't be bought. Now that person ended up looking like a monk. He would be a monk, and the Joker could not move a real yogi or a real monk in that scene. Now the monk or the yogi is going to have to be somebody who would be in that table. So I have a tattoo here, and it says dark monk or black monk in Chinese, okay? And it's got these beads like that go straight up and down. That's what that was. It was like, this is going to be a different kind of monk. This would be somebody who's in that world, but he's still a monk. And he shouldn't be able to be moved. If the Joker walked in, this guy would still be him. And he would let him talk. He might not even react. If he reacted, it would be an animal reaction. Like, your mom's a whatever, boring bitch. Or, I don't even like you. Like, why do you say you like me right now? He would respond like that because he wouldn't be moved by the words. He'd be moved by what's going on, and nothing is going on right now. We're having a fucking meeting. This goofy looking guy comes in with face paint. I could admire it. He looks different. And now he's talking. I think he's right, actually. That guy is a coward. He's on TV. And this man would feel differently about the Joker. So I knew that the animal could beat the Joker still, because the animal embodies some sort of chaotic order. He doesn't have the same order we have, but he has some order. The same order as the star system and the planet. You could look at it and know what he's probably going to do, but he's not moved by anything besides a deeper aspect of life. So the monk who became the shape-shifting warrior monk would sit there, and I knew he could beat the Joker. Now, how do I become this guy? Because I'm already the Joker. It's no problem. It was easy for me to be the Joker. It was too simple. I became the Joker because some girl told me, I see you in the movie. And when I saw it, she was like, look, I was with my girlfriend Rosie, that little video I showed you guys. When I was leaving, I just said to her, When I'm with you, I'm a Rashdi Bazaar. When I lecture, I'm AZD, and I'm going to go out as Spider. And when we're in the club, I'm Spider. And Spider kills without hesitation. And the smile that she gave me and the Shakti that rose in her, and she tried to hide it. She doesn't express herself like that, you know? Man, I couldn't get out of my head. All night, I wanted to be that. Okay, Rosie was Alyssa Amaya back then. And Alyssa Amaya calls me, if you guys done the Joker jump, congratulations. They have images of their own for this now. She calls me, she says, have you seen The Dark Knight, the new Batman movie? I said, no. She said, you have to see it. You're the Joker. And up until then, Joker was a purple, goofy, fucking, it's not the guy I wanted. Literally, the last guy I ever wanted to be, because I wanted to be these characters, was the Joker. Because in Kuwait, which I was younger, when I had a little bit of money, I would go buy these figures, right? The action figures. I remember the Joker, and I loved the purple that it had, because it was a purple figure, right? But I could not buy him until when we were in Kuwait, my parents had money, okay? Then we didn't have money when we came to the United States. So I could buy toys over there. Until I had bought all the characters, and the only one that was left was Joker. And I remember just like, okay, well, I gotta buy it. So I bought the Joker, and I felt bad liking it. I've had this weird relationship with this character my whole life, right? As a child, I remember holding his toy and being like, he's too goofy, but he's sick. Something about him is sick. So when she said that, so I'm gonna go watch it, because she was everything to me, everything to me. I go watch the movie, and I'm seeing it from the perspective that I would see Rosie smile at me when I said I was I'm Spider. And I'm like, man, I could be that guy. Right away, I went and I got a tattoo. Why so serious? I picked her up and I showed her my tattoo. You should have seen her at that moment. I became the hottest man in all of San Jose to her. And she was just smitten by me, but she had a boyfriend at the time. Reminds me of Cristalli and I's story now. So the Joker was always junior in my mind to the monk who could turn into an animal. There was something about that. In the last 2 days, 3 days, this beast process, and I'll tell you what triggered it, which is very interesting. Me deciding to free up my dick. It's like the lower chakra has been closed, right? The shit was open here, the shit was open here, the shit became open here. I don't even know if it became open here, but suddenly I realized I'm blocked down here. Like, it's not, energy's not flowing down here, bro. Like, what's happening? Why is my dick not getting hard when it should get hard? Why does it get hard then it gets soft when I'm about to fuck? Like, this is mental. Right? Why is it with some girls it gets hard? Like, this is weird, man. And so I, after the meditation, just decided that's it. Whatever is the problem is no longer going to be a problem. And that's the first decision I made, laying down in Shavasana. I took off all my clothes and laid naked and watched out for my cat playing with my balls or my dick or something, right? I didn't want to, because sometimes he swipes at you, right? And so I'm kind of worried about him. I even thought about putting him in the bathroom, and I thought, no. Get ready to be swiped with fucking claws on your balls. Why? Because that's the price you pay. You got to go in total faith. You got to lay the fuck down, and you got to make a decision. And that's the night where I texted all the girls, I want to fuck you, I want to fuck you, I want to fuck you, I want to fuck you. It was like 4 nights ago, right? Since then, it's different. And I can tell you that the beast, to be awakened the way it's awakening in me, is going to be that lower chakra now. But thank God, literally, that I have all these other chakras open, right? Because I can see the danger of it opening all by itself without these other ones. I didn't go this way. Seemed to have gone this way down to the chakras, right? It was always first spiritual, then my voice fucking opens, then my side opens up, then my voice is opening up. I'm now speaking, you know? And then my heart is now really like, love is the power, right? Don't have enough to say about this, don't know much about it, but I do know where I'm at down here. It's like, oh, okay. So I'm telling you, ready? This is private shit. This is getting us ready for the Primal Alchemy. That's what Primal Alchemy is, the name of the class, okay? You're going to have to wake up your dick again. You get it? Is that freeing to hear that? I used to take pride in not masturbating. That's not going to be the case going forward. I will masturbate. I'll decide when and I'll fucking do it, and that's all. It's not going to be a big decision. Because that, when I decided it, capped my balls. You get it? Now, the guy who's maybe masturbating all day needs to stop. But to go 20-some fucking years on a black belt that's never been tapped, that became my jiu-jitsu. My jiu-jitsu froze the way my balls froze. right? I would show up to class and I just knew one thing. You're not going to tap me. Even if you break my arm or you kill me, you're not going to tap me. And guess what? I never got tapped as a fucking black belt. That's nothing to be proud of. When I took out my black belt, nobody tapped me except Batada. Okay? Up until then, I had better jiu-jitsu. When I got my black belt, I was like, these motherfuckers are not tapping me. I'm not giving them that fucking time of day anymore. So I became a cautious fighter. I went to my strengths. I would do all the stuff Batada told me not to do to free up my jiu-jitsu. And then the mentality was, I'm a black belt now. Like, I got it, so don't worry about it. You know what I mean? But it also took me away from jiu-jitsu. Because the joy of it was me growing. The joy of it was me getting better. The joy of it was winning, not just not losing. There's a difference of not losing and winning. You could go out tonight and nothing bad happens and you have some good interactions. But did you win? I need you to get back in the limo like we did last night with winners. Or like Rick Lamoy, when he won, when we got back, he was like, man, after you said that, and Shamir, he won. Like, it's a winner. Sultan won last night, right? That you didn't win. You lost last night, right? So now you know that we don't lose. You don't lose. We don't lose in field. We will claw our way to that fucking win. Because if you give it all you got, then when you go home, you can't lose. You just grow. And remember how the Joker got his fucking scars, right? 10 different stories. It doesn't matter. There's scars on his face. He could have done it himself. His dad could have done it. Somebody could have stabbed him. Nobody gives a shit. He's got the scars to show for it, okay? But what did he do with his scars? He painted it, and it became a fucking symbol for everybody. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take where the cracks are in you and paint them and make them real beautiful and show up with it. When I made a student, Jaime, from a feeling fat and gross to going over there and being so smooth, kissing the girl's forehead and saying, that's not gross to me, it was so smooth, right? Is when he owned his disgustingness. Now, the idea to change yourself is the devil. So I have some new ideas for the beast process. You're not to change yourself. You're supposed to find the perfection in you. Those are not the same routes in the mind and in the heart. If I told you, get an ideal scene and go become that, that's one way you move inside. If I told you, look inside and find that thing that you admire in that superhero. Find it. It's in there because that's what's vibrating when you watch it. That's the tuning fork example I gave a couple of days ago. It's in there. Go in that. As Manu would say, go deeper there, right? Like, you don't need to change you. In you, there's something that when it watches and listens and does that, it moves. Go in that. It's already there. Mine that shit. Because in the other bucket, you're mining this other shit. It's like, I'm not good enough. How do I become good enough? How do I become good enough? That's the wrong bucket or the wrong route or the wrong neurons or the wrong ideas, wrong gods. Any of those work because words are symbols, nothing else. Once you understand that communication is nothing more than symbols to express a condition of life. So Christ expresses to me the condition of Christ consciousness. That's what it is to be that guy. It comes with consequences that he came with. It comes with miracles he came with. And so you could have Christ consciousness. Okay? You could have any consciousness. We practice moving through consciousness. That's this art. That's called the skinwalker. So we are IMC. What's this? Opening the garage, leave and bring something inside. And the guy across the street was getting to his car. The one that asked to help us. I got in the car. I got in the car, closed the garage. They're gone now, heading out. Okay, did he see you? I told them the next time they see that guy to tell me. So, let me tell you how the beast was created and why it wins. And I've been the beast last couple of nights. There's literally different versions of it now, and I know it. This is the picture I sent out when I went out a couple of nights ago when I realized this is the beast now. That I get all the characters now and how I can give the light to the one that I always wanted. This picture describes it to me. Oh, I would have sent it to Sultan. My phone's going nuts right now, my hand. I just said, did he see you? And I hope it's not a bunch of fucking answers. Yes or no? He saw me, he didn't see me. Here. This is what my set feels like. This is what my life feels like. It's Beast Boy with all the beasts around him laughing. That really describes it. What used to describe it was this. If I go to the back of my phone, there's another version of that. And you've seen this one too. Different vibe though. I've demonstrated that. Literally that. Okay? I've demonstrated. This is the child in me. This is where the power comes from, mom and dad. That's all the boy ever wanted. Didn't want nothing else. That was heaven right there. And it still is. And he knows a secret. This boy knows a secret that everybody should fucking know. That heaven is not available to him. And that is my righteous anger. That's the core of my righteous anger. I'm going to lose my mom and dad. Are you kidding me? Why? Right? Why? That's the question any God has to answer the moment I know there's a God. You need to tell me how this works out. Okay? And you better fucking make sense. Why? Because I've made myself strong enough to bite you. No, I can't kill you. But after I bite you, the entire world's going to know you could be bit. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm here to challenge as an adversary anybody who told me that it's okay, right, to go around and lose the people that you love and justified it. It's not okay. If you're a fucking scientist, go become Kurzweil, whatever the fuck. Go find, listen, do your job like I'm doing my job. Find a fucking cure for death. I don't buy it and I don't want to buy it. It should be a choice at least, right? It should be a choice. Don't make me work so hard for all this shit and then leave it behind like Alexander the Great, right? He puts his hand outside the coffin. He has gold behind him and he has the best doctors carry him. And he said, do this when I die. So that they see no matter how good the physician is, you're still going to die. No matter how much money you have, it's going to be left on the ground. And put my hand out so they see I'm even going to death empty-handed. I can't take anything with me. Alexander the Great, isn't it? And his teacher was Aristotle. He was a philosopher, not just a conqueror, right? So think about that. And how come no one's figured it out? And maybe I won't figure it out, but I'm the one that's going to push my instinct, my drive to face this bullshit at its pedal to the metal. You know, the reason why it's easy for me to not see my parents and to move away and not see them for so long, the reason why it's difficult to go to San Jose right now is only one. I've already said goodbye to my parents. Now I got to go face them again. It would have been easier for me to never see my parents again. They die. And I know that. I know that truth about me. Every time I see them, there's a lot of nods so you understand. The hardest part of going to San Jose is to now see my mom and dad and hug them and kiss them and give them that joy and then say bye again. I've already said bye. Okay? And I'm not going to say see you later because I don't know if that's going to happen. I have to say goodbye and inside do it the way I did it with my grandma. Every time I saw my grandma, it was goodbye and it was goodbye. And when she was in the hospital, I'm telling you, the entire family was on my case. At least FaceTime her. No. And I told them, I told my mom and dad, when you die, sister, you're taking care of everything. I'm not even going to come to the funeral. My dad was like, well, that's not right. I said, I'm not doing it. You're going to be dead then. Just so you know, just know I'm not showing up to the funeral. I'm not doing I'll pay whatever the fuck you want, sister, if you want to take care of it. But it's not, and my sister was like, I can't do it. I can't even know. I'm like, okay, well then you guys are going to have to fucking figure it out because I am not available for your death. I'm available for your life right now. I'm here. You understand? The reason why I could give it up is because it's already been given up. I faced it. It's the Buddha's story. Siddhartha Gautama was prevented from seeing any old people around him. If you know his story, he was born a prince. And his father, just like Jesus' story, he was told, listen, if you're a king at that time, you're having a child, there's astrologers around because that's what they do. So they say, your son is either going to be the greatest king that ever lived or a beggar. Right? He's going to be a homeless man or he's going to be the greatest king. And the dad's like, oh, hell no. So he orders 4 palaces so that the seasons change. He's always in the right place. He never lets him leave the castle. If he leaves the castle, he goes with people, and there's people that go out and they remove all old people. They play. Siddhartha only knew heaven. And then one day, he gets in the chariot, he says, I'm taking off, and his attendant's like, come on, no, you can't go. He's like, I'm taking off. He fucking goes to see the land, and he sees an old man. And he's never seen an old man. He says, what's that? Why is that guy walking like this? And the guy's like, oh, man, well, that's an old man. He goes, what does that mean? He's never seen an old man before. He goes, well, he's old. He says, do kings get old? He goes, yeah. He goes, my father would get old? My mother would get old? He says, yeah. And he's blown away. And they go a little bit further, and there's people, and they're carrying, because in India, is it true that dead people are sometimes carried around the streets and shit? Some parts of India? The Losha area.
Some parts, yeah.
Yeah, so he ends up seeing people going after some kind of funeral or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he says, follow them. And the guy's like, fuck, he's the prince. What's he going to do? They follow him, and he goes, and he watches a funeral. He goes, what's happening over there? He goes, well, that man died. And he goes, what's that? He goes, well, he died. And he goes, do kings die? Is my father going to die? Is my mother going to die? He had a wife and a child. He says, is my child going to die? My wife too? And he sits back. And he says, and everyone's okay with it? He goes back and he goes to his dad and he's like, Dad, why didn't you tell me? You're going to die? I'm going to die? My wife's going to die? My child's going to die? Mom's going to die? Well, son, you know, it's part of life. Okay. In the middle of the night, he gets up. He shaves his head. Can you go on, there's a better way to tell the story. Can you go on YouTube and find Manu Tupo? Here's my teacher telling the story. This is Manu, if you've heard of him. There it is. Go down. A gift from my teacher. That's the one. No. Is it that one or is it that one? That's that one. 820. That one.
Surprise, surprise. It's Tuesday night, New Year's Eve.
What year is it?
I have a very, very special surprise.
What?
And before I put it up,
10 years.
I want to tell you, if you have any kind of anxiety about it's New Year's Eve and you should be...
Dude, it's almost New Year's Eve. Look at the timing. Oh, shit. What's today? That's crazy, man. Like, we weren't planning that.
Perfect, right where you are.
You rewind that? I'd like to hear that again, please. Listen to the message 10 years ago. Someone who gives a shit. In my own office, in my own world. I have like 12 or 13 girlfriends.
It's Tuesday night, New Year's Eve, and I have a very, very special surprise for you. And before I put it up, I want to tell you, if you have any kind of anxiety about it's New Year's Eve and you should be somewhere doing something, it's a crock of shit. Okay, it's a crock of shit. You don't have to be nowhere doing nothing. You're actually perfect right where you are, doing what you're doing. Okay? You never have to do what the sheep do. Anyways, I figured what better way to surprise you than to put up a very small video I have, it's incomplete, of my teacher, Manu Tupo, presenting the story of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, and the return of Maitreya. And this is a presentation he did in Los Angeles, California. And he did it, it was for a book called The Hymn of Asia, written by L. Ron Hubbard. Enjoy. This is my teacher, the great, the late Manu Tupo, and the man responsible
for all this.
Being who I am today. Enjoy it.
Man, I wish we had a sound system with this, man. Go as loud as you can. You need to hear Manu's voice. You need to hear Manu's voice on that fucking speaker. Can I do it on my phone? Can someone play this on the phone and connect to that? Pause. Yeah. No, we gotta hear his voice. The quality of his voice is just, I've never seen anything like him.
I'll bring the speaker.
Yeah.
Will your phone play through that?
Oh, he's gonna bring his speaker.
Yeah, mine plays through that. Let me see if I can get that video. Sometimes there's complications.
Is Manu there with L. Ron Hubbard?
But did ever? I don't know the answer to that. I know that Manu, without a doubt, was very aware of its past lives And I know without a doubt in his past life he was with L. Ron Hubbard, and he had told me that. So I have no proof besides him saying that to me and me believing him. But this life I don't know. I met a man this life who knew L. Ron Hubbard. I met two men who knew L. Ron Hubbard. One of them is that guy Owen Starkey, and I would ask, man, if I got a chance to talk to those guys, I would ask 1,000 questions. They would come from the Sea Org and they'd just be around helping something, and I would just grab them outside. I was like, Mr. Starkey, can you tell me anything about L. Ron Hubbard? One story that I never forget was my ex-girlfriend. Can we go on me real quick? My ex-girlfriend, her name was Linda. It's a beautiful name in my life, by the way. Every time it shows up, I fall deeply in love with it. I had left, her and I broken up. And my next girlfriend was an executive at the Church of Scientology who had the rank right below executive director. She was a deputy executive director. She was the second highest ranking member in the Church of Scientology over there. And so Linda was studying at the Church of Scientology with me as my girlfriend. And when we broke up, my fear was that Linda would stop studying Scientology. Because I loved her, you know what I mean? And she was like, I'm not going anywhere near that fucking place. Fuck you guys and fuck her. And you're like, I was like, oh my, that was destroying me because it was like you're, what the fuck, right? And so this became a thing because I am an executive at the Church of Scientology. I'm dating another executive, and we've now, a parishioner doesn't want to come because two executives, one was married, are now hooking up. Like, that's just like wrong on every aspect. So I felt very responsible. So one day, they had a special mission from the SEAL organization, which is the highest level people from LA. LA or Florida. This one came from LA. They came, and it was a younger guy. He wasn't that old, I remember. And he said he wanted to talk to me, and I was scared, to be honest. And we got in the room. He was a white man, dressed in a suit, blue suit, very nice, navy blue. And we sat down, and I was ready to be reprimanded. They don't have a problem reprimanding, just so you know, the Church of Scientology. And I love that about them. They got real harsh sometimes. Not with me. Not with me. I always stood up. And I never did anything that way. But I thought this is the time where I'm about to get it up, fucking up the ass, right? So there's a special office that was a special key. They tell me he wants to meet me in there. Man, I'm sitting there waiting for this guy, and I'm fucking nervous. I know I fucked up, but like I want more than anything, how are we gonna do it? He comes in, he's super pleasant to me. He sits across where, like, let's say Wolf is sitting compared to me. He didn't sit in front of me. There was all these chairs. He just sat over there, I sat over here. He kind of leaned back and said, tell me what's happening. And I was like, sir, this and that, this and that. He said, I'll be able to get her back. It's called online, which is like someone's offline, they come back online, they're working, they're at the church again. I said, how are you going to do that? He said, oh, I can do it. I said, but how do you have the confidence? Because I believed him. Everybody had tried. Everybody had tried because she was also a high-value parishioner. Somebody at the church, she had a lot of money. She was famous at the time for fucking whatever, model and shit. And she would walk in and she would glow. So he said, I worked with Ron before, Ron Hubbard. I said, really? He's like, yeah. He said, you should have seen Ron do it. I said, what did he do? He said, well, there was one thing he had that nobody could resist. And I'm like, would he like beam them with some fucking laser from his forehead or what? What was this ability? And he said he had incredible ARC, which is the symbol of Scientology for affinity, reality, and communication. And then I was like, I remember when like Manu told me his purpose in life was to help mankind. I thought it was so weak. This was one of those moments. So I was like waiting for some crazy power L. Ron Hubbard had, right? And I was like, ARC, that's it? He goes, no. He goes, Ron really cared. And then he gave me an example. He goes, one time there was a psycho in the church. He goes, this woman lost her shit. She was screaming. And he goes, Ron just came out of his office. And he goes, what's going on? And the lady was in the front going, ah. And he goes, he just walked up to her. And he looked at her and he said, what's going on? And she looked at him. And he goes, tell me, what's going on? And he goes, I was there. And he goes, he had her sit down. And he just said, tell me, what's happening? And he goes, she told him. He kind of laughed. And he was like, I'm trying to remember it as exactly as I could. Kind of laughed. And he was like, well, it's going to be okay. It's not a problem. It's this, and that. And he goes, but you could feel the care. And he goes, the lady calmed down within a minute. hugged him, stood up, apologized to everybody, and she joined staff after that. She became one of the best staff members we ever had. I'm like, no shit. He goes, yeah. He goes, so I'm going to get her in front of me. And he goes, and I'm going to care for her, and she's going to be back online. He goes, I promise you. And then they called up. Linda's here. Like, you hear the anxiety in the fucking front desk, right? And my heart jumped. He goes, okay, just stay here, right? And I heard her walking up the stairs. I remember her heels, right? And I could hear her. And he got up. He said, okay, this shouldn't be too difficult. He goes in there. They go in the office right next door. I hear the little chitter-chatter, blah, blah, and then I hear her laughing. I remember I was like, what the hell? I got jealous for a second. I could hear in her sound, you know. She was attracted to him, but differently. Like it was just some other thing going on. He just came back. He said, listen, just be cool when you see her, right? She's going to be back on course. She's buying a book right now. I'm like, no way, bro. How'd you do that? And he goes, it's just ARC, man. He goes, that's a secret. And he walked out. And that shit is fully, because right now, that's all I'm saying in set. Just get in communication. That's a C of ARC. Care for her, love. That's part of it. And reality. Listen to her and find out what her world is all about. Have a lot of that. And you can't miss. You can't miss. Okay? All right, let's watch Manu. Did we do it? Who's connected? Hell yeah. All right, here's Manu talking about the story I was trying to tell. All the way up.
L. Ron Hubbard wrote Hymn of Asia for Buddhist convention during the 1955-56 worldwide celebration
It's still Halloween week.
Of the 2500th year of the Buddhist era. Here is a poem whose stanzas concern fulfillment of the prophecy made by Buddha that one day another would come to bring liberation to the world. But more than that, these lines bear upon the timeless message that resonates through all ages. Man's irresistible longing for spiritual freedom as such. Here is meaning, not only for those who have ever been inspired by the wisdom of Buddhism, but anyone who ever sensed they are being swept along in the stream of time and have wondered, if only for an instant, where and for what.
That's Buddha's gesture, by the way.
With that, let me offer this brief introduction by way of establishing our context for the poem. Born Siddhartha Gautama in the Himalayan foothills of northern India in 563 BC, the man known to history as Buddha, the enlightened one, was raised a prince amid wealth and splendor in his father's kingdom. Sheltered throughout his years from the misery of the world and living a life of luxury and pleasure, one day, on a journey outside his palace walls, he saw a decrepit old man. On two other occasions, he saw another whose body was wracked by disease and the decaying corpse of a dead man. Siddhartha's keen mind was deeply disturbed by the transitory nature of all things and the suffering which pervaded existence. Finally, a fourth journey brought to view a wandering monk calmly making his way through the world, calm, serene, and dignified. The sight so stirred the Buddha to be that he resolved to find truth, that he might find the way to a cessation of suffering. At the age of 29, he resolved to forsake his comfortable existence and find deliverance. Against the wishes of his weeping family, he left his wife, his infant son, and
very rich life.
Departing the palace one night, astride his white horse, accompanied by only his servant, Siddhartha Gautama traded home for homelessness in search of enlightenment. Dismounting at the river bounding his father's kingdom, he bade his servant farewell, and then shorn of hair and wearing the yellow robes emblematic of seekers after truth. He crossed forward into the lonely life of an ascetic. For 6 years, Siddhartha practiced with supreme earnestness the rigors and deprivations of the Indian holy men, nearly perishing in the attempt. So strong was his will to conquer the barriers of his ignorance. Realizing at last that the ways of the ascetic did not lead to liberation, he sat beneath a fig tree and vowed not to rise until he had pierced the veil of truth. Throughout the night, he meditated, remembering his previous existences and comprehending at last the origin and nature of birth, death, and suffering. By morning, all illusions had vanished. Insight was his, and he rose as the enlightened one, the Buddha. During the remaining 45 of his 80 years, the Buddha tirelessly preached his message that man could attain spiritual salvation, one could know for himself the truth, and knowing thus could achieve liberation. The wisdom of his teachings spread rapidly throughout India, then across the Himalayas into China and Tibet, Japan,
no internet,
and the rest of Asia,
no cars,
civilizing most of the continent and growing into one of the greatest religions the world has seen. Near the close of his life, as he prepared for death, Buddha foretold to his most favored disciple a prophecy for which the Asian world has waited 25 centuries to be fulfilled. Siddhartha Gautama did not regard his work as complete, but spoke of another who would come to finish it. Said he, I am not the first Buddha who came upon earth, nor shall I be the last. In due time, another Buddha will arise, and he will reveal to you the self-same eternal truth I have taught you. His disciple Ananda asked, how shall we know? Buddha replied, the Buddha that will come after me will be known as Maitreya, which means he whose name is kindness. The name comes from the word metta in Pali, the language spoken by Buddha, and means love. As Buddhism flourished, Maitreya's appearance brought inspiration to men. Paintings or sculptures often depict him standing, in contrast to Buddha, who is usually seated cross-legged. References to Maitreya occur throughout the vast body of Buddhist literature, and various dates are given for his appearance, the earliest being 2,500 years after.
There you go. That's that. Let's go. We're almost done. Back to us. All right, guys, wrapping it up. So, the beast is a process that has come to me somehow. I put it together and I live it. And, you know, it's spiritual, it makes sense, and it's a character development, right? And the character that defeats, I believe, every character when it comes to the game of mating, right? Mating, the game on earth, okay, is going to be the beast. So everybody could have everything else, but when it comes to that, that's going to be our line that we walk. Nobody could beat us in that game, never. It's just too far ahead now for anybody to even catch up, and we're just going to keep going forward on it, okay? In order to be that alpha male, like truly, not that there's no, I don't know why they get there's no alpha. Who came up with that? Isn't there an alpha wolf? Isn't it fucking clear? Isn't it in the fucking gorilla? There's a bunch of them. That guy's the fucking silverback that runs it. That's called the alpha. Don't buy that shit, okay? In order to become the alpha, right, there's quality. So let's say Mystery has, you know, the pre-selection. Yeah, those are some of the qualities of an alpha male, right? There's more to that. And the best part of it is, if you're here, something about the beast moves you, because that's all that's been happening in my life as I try to narrow it down to what it actually is, okay? You become a beast a beast, okay? A man who can morph into an animal, okay? And there is Beast Boy in comic book, turns into an animal. Then there's Animal Man, just so you know, written by Grant Morrison, who's another guy who's on our process, right? Look him up. Grant Morrison's Animal Man doesn't actually turn into the animals. He takes on the qualities of these animals and he possesses their powers. That's closer to what we do, all right? Ours is like a combination of the two, because you could also move your body in ways that somebody will suddenly see the animal. Like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's exactly the animal that I was. So this is a process of creating, right? It's an imagination exercise and a way of communicating it, and it's an art. You have to create. It takes creativity, and it works with the materials that you have, right? So then you start seeing the beast in language everywhere. You see that Diogenes was a beast, so was Alexander the Great. He was also a beast. Genghis Khan was a beast. Hitler was a beast. Saddam was a beast. You start, oh, it's not the good or bad. That's not the morals of the beast. The morals of the beast is accomplish what you set out to accomplish. End of story. And domination is part of nature. Okay? Girls like dominant men. Dominance doesn't have a certain language that everybody else has. I don't know if I saved this. If I didn't, I'll tell you about it. It was a video. I don't think I saved it, but I saw it this morning. Let me see. I didn't. It's this guy. Who knows this black guy named Drewski? You know who that is? He's some famous guy. I don't know what the fuck he does. He's famous though. Comedian? He's like auditioning people and stuff, right? And a guy gets in front of him, and he's a black guy. He looks thug. He looks strong. And Drewski's interviewing him, and he says to him, "You got braids under that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got braids." And he takes off his hat or whatever, right? And the guy says, "They're teeny tiny braids." And Drewski goes like that. He goes, "Did you say teeny tiny?" He goes, "I knew you weren't a street nigga for sure." Right? And he goes, "Teeny tiny?" And he goes, "You can't say teeny tiny and say you're a street nigga. You're not. Those words don't fit that." Then he asks him another question. Another guy ends up being gay. Right? Guy ends up being gay. And it was just that teeny tiny word that came out. So the next level for everybody who's practicing here at the highest level is you're using words like teeny tiny. Sounds that don't fit the script of the alpha male. Right? Sounds, movements, and scripts you're using. You're saying words that they don't necessarily throw her out. You get located somewhere else in her head, right? And it's 1,000 ways. It's the way he was laying on her. And that's why the chick say, "I hope I don't lay like that." Right? It's not, that's why you can't just copy what I do. You have to get what's going on. Okay? You have to get what's happening. Right? Unless you're a really, really great dancer. And I've worked that out of my head. Because there's a few dancers that I've seen online that are just so good, they're incredible, right? I've always wondered if they were up next to me and going at 100, they might beat me, but I could fight them in that battle, right? But to beat me in dance, in set, you're gonna have to be Zay is a dancer. Zay dances better than everybody here. Do you agree, yes or no? Yes? Anybody can dance better than Zay? We could battle right now. Zay, anybody who thinks yes? Okay, KP. But he has to rest right now. So, okay, so it just, you have to know it's a skill. It's like his yoga is better than everybody here, and it can be proven. You could battle him right now in yoga. He'll beat you, okay? You could battle Zay in dance, and he'll beat you. How does he beat you? Well, you could line up 10 women and have him dance, and you dance and say, who's a better dancer? And you can line up 10 guys and say 10, 10, right? Zay would know not to dance next to me. Am I right or wrong? Say why as a dancer, it would be a disaster. If you went hard, it's something different, right? Yeah. You do have to go at 100, but I'm not at 100 there either. And I can do moves also that are not going to be available to everybody because of my martial arts. There are certain moves I can do. I can do that Bruce Lee kick really fast and touch my hand with it. I can do a semi-flip and make it look like a flip. There's things in there, right? Right. So here's why I'm saying that, because for the next level of the beast, and I just made a decision as that video was playing. Here's the decision. Normally we have a regular class and we have a beast gathering. It's all going to be 47 from fucking 10:30 till 1 or 1:30 or 2. Everybody's in the same class now. Okay? Which means you guys were paying that extra beast thing. You don't got to do that. Just when the jumps happen, get on the jumps. Okay? So you don't need to do that. But this is what I have to teach. I have to give it everything I have so that when it's like with a girl, right? I'm about to give everything I have. And if she doesn't get it, it's easy to cut her off. I don't wonder about myself. I gave it all. Okay? Now I could cut clean, or I gave it all and she stayed. And that happens many times, right? The girl sees the value in it suddenly because I'm not holding back from her. It's like, okay, well, that's what's up. So it's going to be one class. It's 47 for everybody. It goes from here to there until it's done. Right now it's going to be past, it's 2:06 already, right? We have a lot to talk about. The beast is the character, and it's somebody you have to tap into this. You're going to have to tap into nature as we see it. Like just no further than whatever you could see on National Geographic, or if you have a dog or a cat, or go outside and look at any creature running around, right? That code you're going to have to get, because the sex on the planet is that code. It's not the consciousness. So love is junior to that. You get that? The girl who loves you will cheat on you. And the girl that you love, you will fuck another girl. So fucking has its own rules. And you and I know I could be with Renee, but she doesn't want to have sex right now. So I don't want to be with Renee. You get it? And the ones that I stayed with, sex is now part of the fucking menu, no matter what the fuck happens, right? Why? Because you and I know that if we're not fucking the girl, it doesn't matter. Unless she has some kind of physical, like my girlfriend right now, she's had surgery. There's no fucking. But now we get to build this other side. So that, but it's natural. It's happening because she could barely walk. Okay, fine. That's going to be another 2 months before I have sex with her, at least. And I know it. 2 months of building that fucking relationship makes us stronger. But it wasn't like, let's not fuck so we could build the fucking relationship. It's naturally going to happen, okay? You have to get back in your balls. But like Josue said, if you are in your balls but you're not clean, then you're going to be going some other thing. And you're going to pay for that heavily. Or you're going to get caught suddenly in your balls, right? I don't want to get caught. May nothing bind you. May nothing bind you. You're unbound. Okay? You're only bound by your word. And you want to be bound by your word because your word should bind. It should mean something. That's what your word means, something. Like I meant it, I said it, I meant it. Why? Not because of you, but because of me. Because if I said and I didn't mean it, then my system has got to register. From now on, I'm bullshitting. It's got to know that if I say I'm strong, it means I'm strong now. That's all that means, because I've never gone back on my word any time. It's my word is the law in here. It's going to have to function as I say. Now, that's mind over matter. That's master key system. That's everything else you imagine. But you have to put it into practice, okay? And just like the Buddha, it's that tradition. You literally got to become homeless. But then you could have a castle. But it's like Maharishi, right? He's homeless, but he has everything. He has all the money in the world. That's the spirit of this thing, because that's what builds the character that can sit on that table. And the Joker, when he burns the money, the beast would watch it burn. Because he burned his half at the end of the movie. He didn't burn everybody's money. I think he burned his share or some shit. Like, he took a big share and then he burned it. And everybody was worried about his money. The beast would be like, well, I got mine, burn it. Do what the fuck you want to do with it. It's your money. And so you see, there's all these tiny little lines that you've attached to society that prevent you from being what he said, free enough to move and dance. Okay? And if you're a singer, you better have a really, really incredible voice like Adele or Josh Groban to sing against me. That's what I'm trying to say. And I say that because it's a battleground out there. Right? Like, that's what it is. That's why I want you guys to go for each other's girls, because that's what builds the strong team. You'll know when it's not time to go for that girl. That guy is fucking that girl. That's the end of story. Okay? But if he's all buddied up with her and licking her, and she's licking him, and he goes to the bathroom, and she's available, and you can steal, do it. Unless your ethics say don't. No problem. Mine don't say that anymore. If you leave your girl and you go to the bathroom, I'm going to take her. And if I leave mine, go ahead and take her if you can. It's no problem when I come back. I might take her back. You might be able to take her for a minute. You might be able to take her back when you come back. But this is not a weak group. These are people who know it's their lives and they want to be the best, and they know that you can only be the best if you're challenged at the highest level of your game. Josue was out last night. He didn't do much, but look at how much he grew. That's the proper way to go out. He's very intelligent. Can you guys tell? The intelligence is obvious in his communication. We can tell because when he communicates, we can see his intelligence. He's also clean. His heart is clean. Why? You could hear it in his communication. He's expressing authentically, right? And he's there last night watching. I'm not going to judge him. He had no girl on him. I'm going to judge him today. And what happened? Okay, good. He wasn't embarrassing. He was there learning. He knows where he's at, and he's okay. And when he was using the language, he was saying we. He wasn't saying them. He's part of it. He knows he's part of it. He's in it, right? He's just where he's at. That's where you start. You start where you're at, and then you build from there. But you fall in love with the process of building yourself because you're building the perfect jigsaw puzzle or the perfect painting. It's you, man. And nobody could paint like you. Nobody could paint like you. And you could get inspiration. Eventually, I don't want to be Kang the Conqueror. He just gives me the code that I am. I see it. I don't like the way Kang looks. I don't like the way he acts. Okay? But his power, I understand. And I understand how he got to it and why he does what he does. I don't want to be Carnage. I like Carnage. I love the way he moves. I love everything about him. But I am better than Carnage. I'm my version of Carnage. And so that's what you start seeing. You get it? You start seeing me move and talk or whatever, and then you're supposed to go find in you that thing that frees you up to do whatever that is that you do. Get it? That, I'm telling you, is the most exciting thing you're ever going to find. Now, to end it and why I'm giving that beast bundle, this is it, I'm about to end. So if you haven't signed up, big mistake on your part, man. Do the right thing. The way it works is, since we're doing the game in the physical reality and it's fucking and it's sex is the code under it, you're going to have to pay attention to your physicality all the time. Okay? All the time. And you have to keep that in the forefront of your mind. Like really, you got to, your religion becomes your life. Get it? And your physical, not just shape, your energy, the movement, the sound, all that has to represent you properly. And if you're representing God, then that's where you have to understand good. That's where you understand the perfection of God. There's a perfect number that we're made from. Okay, we're a duplicate of this thing. So it could be very, very small, but if the hologram is huge and there's a tiny piece of it, that small piece reflects the whole thing too. Okay? And from that tiny hologram, we grow. And eventually, your sense of beingness, you're no longer just you, right? Like you're in field and you're IMC. Everyone's sets affects you differently, right? Or you're with your girlfriend or you're with your family and you're them. And you start understanding, like for my case, that if I stayed in San Jose, yes, I would be closer to my parents. Yes, I would whatever. But I would still have to depart from them. And then when they departed from them, then what do I got to do? Then start where I'm starting now? Okay, now they're dead. Now I'm going to be able to like, now, no, bro. They're already dead to me because they're going to be taken away from me. And so are my girlfriends and so is my money and all that. I'm here right now and I have what I have. I need to work real fucking hard. I got to get rid of the false information that's preventing me from just manifesting my life. Not manifesting like a magician manifests, but allowing my life to manifest the greatness that God is. Every cheetah is great, every lion is great, every eagle is great, every hippopotamus is great, every crocodile. They're all great because they're just expressing themselves. That's all they are, okay? And so every snake is great and every human being can be great until you realize you were literally engineered from birth to be a slave. And you yourself are going to stop you. And if you don't stop you, then your family and friends are going to stop you. And if they don't, then society is going to stop you. And if society can't stop you, then the government's going to stop you. If the government can't stop you, then God's going to come stop you. Someone's going to prevent you from doing your shit here. Okay? Because it's not a good place to be. Right? You can't just be yourself. You're supposed to follow somebody is running the show. And it could be that nobody's running the show and the prisoners have all gone wild and a few have taken over the jail and now they're doing to the population what was done to them. What the warden did to them, now they're sitting in the warden's office, but they got big chains too. And that's what it looks like to me. It looks like a bunch of people that were slaves, the gods that came, took off, never came back, whether it was the ones that built the pyramids or this and that. I personally don't even buy the UFOs right now. I know they exist. I know they're real. I need to see one now differently. I saw the moon move. I've had my experiences. I'm going to see it and I'm going to know it. And if you can't manifest in my 2D eyes, it's not good enough. Or 3D eyes, whatever the fuck this is, right? I don't care. Until then, I'm going to act like this. This is the path I'm on. There is a creator. He's not around. Okay? But he created me and gave me the idea that if he's not around, I'm supposed to be around as him. I'm supposed to do his work. Whatever that is, from my perspective. Which means what? Bring order to all the fucking chaos that I face. So if my body's ill, I'm supposed to find the cure for the illness, not the doctor. The doctor can help me find the cure for my illness, but his job is to help me cure my illness. Not keep the illness around to the next season and then get another fucking pill or some shit. Bro, something is wrong. Okay? Let's figure this shit out. He's only there to show me the medicine in me. And that's what a teacher is supposed to be, right? The warrior is supposed to help you find the warrior in you. And I'm going to help you find the beast in you, whatever that is. Okay? And that thing is the one that can go out and mate, just like every other beast, with its kind and live fulfilled and face the challenges that comes with getting a woman, losing her, her betraying you, her having a baby from somebody else. All that shit happens. Okay? And you're not supposed to resist any of that. You're supposed to know that's what happens. And in that happens, you're going to become a champion. You're supposed to do martial arts knowing you're going to get hurt, you're going to lose, you're going to be ridiculed, you're going to not get some moves, some days you're going to win. But that's the experience of martial arts. So the first experience you have to have is whatever experience you're having with the woman, whatever you're having is supposed to be that. Stop saying it's not supposed to be that. It's that. It's literally that. Okay? And whatever experience you're having with money, it's just that. It hasn't gone you anywhere. It shouldn't be that. No, it's that. Now, you don't think it should be that? Do you know why it's that? Because you're that. If you don't want that to be there anymore, you change you. And I guarantee you it will change around you. That's physics. That's energy. It works. Okay? So we're going to go tonight to the largest strip club in the world. We have a guest with us solo. Try to sit next to me if you can. Okay? And anything else we have to coordinate. This is a good group. This is a new wave. Primal Alchemy. Got it? This is what it looks like. You want to see the flyer? Because I love the flyer. I made it. Bam. There'll be more. There'll be other things because I can use AI. This is that shit that anybody should be able to pay $47 for, just for that fucking flyer. I would want to be part of that class. What is this? And now, here we are. What is this? Show up tomorrow and watch what it is again. And we're going to broadcast it again and again. And I'll go live at 10 and I'll talk about it again. And we go again and again. And more girls can show up and all this. And we're going to have women. And we're in Vegas now. Come around while we're here. Maybe we'll stay. Maybe we'll go. Wherever we go, this thing will keep expressing itself continuously. And then when it has two voices, it's over. Okay? It's just too strong because it's God. Like, man, that's got to be real to you. You can't do it any other way. Okay, let's put it like this. You see the rabbit running around in the jungle? That's God. If it's not God, what is it? Right? If that's not God's expression of life, then what is it? What about the praying mantis or the spider or the fucking beetle? I don't care. Isn't that life expressing itself in its purest survival and replication, fucking and building itself and trying to figure out its environment and trying to evolve to be a human? Buddhists believe that you've been all these insects and animals. That's why they don't kill those things. Because that could be your grandpa or a future child or some shit, right? They believe that. I don't know if it's true. Honestly, I don't know what's true. And that's what gives me an advantage. You have to define truth. Now, let me tell you what true is for me. It works. If it works, it's true. If something works better, it's more true. Now that other thing no longer matters to me, right? So we're just literally going around as life forms trying to figure out what works. And once you do the experiment and others do it, it works. Don't hold back. People's lives are destroyed because they don't have a woman. God made the woman for us, bro. Let's stop denying it. Instead of men going their own way, men going the way like doesn't matter which way you go. The bitch is coming with you. Go your own way, but bring the fucking woman with you. You're not complete. Although you are, you're not, because we're playing the game of life. It's like me saying I don't have to eat and I could be skinny. That's true. I could probably survive very little food. I could do anything within the means of now you have to eat, right? I can put my body through anything anybody's put themselves through. I know I have the discipline to do it. What is that going to do for me? Like, is that God's work? For me, and the Buddha, he starved himself for 8 years. It says it in the movie, in the cartoon, or whatever the fuck it is, right? Manu talking. He almost killed himself. And then that's why he became the middle way. He was just like, that's not how you do it. And he went back and saw all his teachers. And he said to them, in all the heavens above and earth below, I am the perfected one. There's no one like me. And you're wrong. And they were like, so what do we do? First teaching of the Buddha is important. Sit down, close your eyes, and breathe. So it all starts with the breath, right? And when you find your emotions going, your anxiety, go to your breath. Don't try to control the emotion. Control your breath. Don't worry about the emotion. Control your breathing. Your breathing is hard to control. In the last 24 hours or so, I've had sex a few times, right? And I've been very aware that when the anticipation of sex comes and it's getting closer, my heart starts beating faster. So I got to practice right there. I couldn't make my heart slow down very much, but it wasn't about that. It's that with my heart going like that, my breathing became shallow. I was like, dude, breathe. Go in meditation. Oh, your mind is thinking about sex. That's the practice. The practice is to maintain oneself while life has the chaos around you, okay? So it's time to go. Can we get a ride, Gio? Thank you. Tonight, see you at Sapphire. Is there anything else? Okay, $47. This is it. If you didn't sign up, there's no bonus, but you can sign up till the first for $47, okay? Anybody got anything to say before we end? You have a key. Who's she talking to? Okay. Then see you tomorrow, same time. 10:30. 10:30 is class. So around 1, sometimes 2, depending if I have a date. Tomorrow's 1. Yeah, send it. Who? Yeah. Buy a country.
He has a video where he talks about this lion.
Uh-huh.
He's adopted by a flock of sheep.
Uh-huh.
And they start to believe that it's sheep. And so this lion comes up and grabs it from the flock and puts it in his eyes and starts telling him, you're not a sheep.
Yeah.
And he runs away. He comes back. He keeps on visiting.